Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we aren't really doing anything in particular. I don't know where I was going with that, but I hope all of you... It's like today we're doing... yeah. Anyways guys, hope you all have been having a good weekend. It finally is the weekend, so that's always good. Weather has been pretty gloomy by me though the last few days, kind of depressing, but it's kind of mid-range. It was really bad like on Thursday, but anyways, today, as I mentioned, we're not really doing anything too particular, mainly just kind of chilling and messing around with stuff like our Cedric, Sparkle Sack Gold team, and stuff like that, and Queen Map teams, and, you know, just the usual kind of messing around with stuff. Nothing new out, unfortunately, today, or yesterday, so we don't have anything new to go cover, but next week, we do have quite a few things. We'll have the Gnome event, a buffed Gnome event at that as well, starting next Friday, and that will last for the entire weekend, so we'll definitely have plenty to do next weekend. And, of course, the Monday switchover of the event is coming. Nothing too over the top, it's just some elemental stuff that's coming in for Forest of Thorns. Forest of Thorns is somewhat relevant, though, because there's things like Forest Troll and Green Seer, both of which are the two best greens in the game, or green creators in the game, I mean. What do we even need here? We'll go take the purple to the yellow, double yellow at that, and then we get the last little bit of mana. We're not actually frozen on yellow at the moment, we're only frozen on brown blue. Unfortunately, oh, never mind, we do. Okay, I was gonna say we don't have anywhere to use it, but no, we do. And yeah, now we're good to go. We got the Alchemist going too already, so we can start throwing that, but because World Breaker's already up, might as well go and start on that one. Very nice. Again, we're still not frozen on it, so we can just go for it again, and then go right back into it. Probably should have tried converting a color other than green, though, because that means he gets slightly less mana, since that's one of the colors he needs. Oh, good thing he did not nix us right there. I don't have any way to kill it, though. I guess we pistol it and hope we get lucky. Not quite. Ooh, ouch, that hurts. That hurts. Luckily, we do have enough damage to clear it, so... oh, I should probably taunt it there. That would have been the one time when Charm would have been pretty decent. But we'll go do that. Oh, wait, what? Oh. I didn't even realize you can move it into a way that you can't hit it. That's amazing. They were next to each other, and then they weren't next to each other. Why? Why is that a thing? Okay, we'll go do that. Just kill it with World Breaker then, because apparently he doesn't want to kill it the other way around. But yes, hello everyone. Hello Cherry Top. Hello Frosty. Hello Say. Hello Jeff. Hello Cherry Top. I already said Cherry Tops. Hello Frag Hunter. Welcome all. Welcome. Good morning everyone. But yeah, do you guys have any plans for the weekend? I know I don't. Nothing in particular. I feel like I never have plans to do almost anything these days though. One of my aunts ended up sending me a whole box with Easter stuff though, which is kind of funny. She actually got laid off, unfortunately. Right before, I think a few years before her pension too, which is quite unfortunate. So yeah, that didn't quite go over too well. Unfortunately. Let's see. We'll go and throw down a, what do we even need? We'll go throw the Mercy down. Yeah, she always sends us stuff like every single year. I don't know why she keeps doing it, but she definitely does. Every year, almost for every single holiday, she'll just send a box of random stuff. Let's see. We'll go throw that down. Yeah, I've always been fearful of going into, like, long-term, like, real jobs for reasons like that. Especially in South Carolina. They can lay you off for absolutely no reason whatsoever out of nowhere. Even in, high school and college, I know a lot of my friends, just every single job around here, there's really, like, no process that they go through. They could just be like, oh, we don't want you anymore, out of any moment in time, and then, like, oh, you can't do anything about it. Which is always annoying. At least with something like YouTube, while it might not be the best of money, it's at least something I can't really be fired from. For the most part. Let's see. We'll go and throw a Infernus down. Yeah, we have alignment there. Go for that. Get the Infernus down. Oh, before I do, let me go move that down. And what else do we need here? Get that on the Mercy. And we'll just Infernus him. Hello, Cody! Welcome! Oh, you have off now because they're on spring break. Oh yeah, it is spring break right now, isn't it? For like the next week or so. I don't even keep track of that anymore. Yeah, it must be nice. Oh, so hello, Michael Bird. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wish you could link your PlayStation version with your computer. Yeah, unfortunately, only the PC mobile versions are cross-platform, and it's likely going to stay that way due to policies on the platforms and stuff like that. But yeah, PC mobile is cross-platform, and both the console versions are their own independent version, separate from the rest of the game. A little bit unfortunate, but yeah, there's not much they could actually do about that. Same reason why they can't do redeem codes on console. Or at least similar reason, not the exact same reason. But, let's see, what do we have here? Mercy? No mercy. No mercy. I tried for the blue there, didn't get it. Got a blue-brown, not exactly what we needed. But, oh well. Hopefully we'll save the luck for later tonight when we need it for raids. I did even double-check this morning to see how far we actually are at the moment. I should probably go do that. I think we're at the next reward. I'll be opening it during the nightly stream, though. I'm not going to do that now. But I do want to check to see if we even have it now. Because I am curious, very, very curious. Alright, we'll go throw that down. Get a bunch of poke. That allows us to now hit Infernus a little bit more condensed. And if you guys have anything you want me to go over, any questions, anything, feel free to leave them. And we'll definitely make sure to cover everything. That summon, that's actually a slight skull counter. Very slightly. It has 25% skull reduction, assuming he would actually get the trait. Never mind. He doesn't even have the trait on it, so scratch that. But normally it would have 25% skull reduction, which would reflect back and kind of act as a partial anti-skull spam, which is kind of nice about Uriali. It's one of her benefits that I don't normally talk about, mainly because it's very rarely relevant. But mass summoning her thing can be a really good meat shield, since it's the only summon currently in the game at 100% chance that has any skull reflect. So you can keep doing that over and over again to basically keep creating a frontline tank that's anti-skull. Though by the time you casted it that many times, you probably already killed them with true damage to begin with. Anyways, let me go check the, don't show me overpriced thingies. Let's see. Go and we have our 4 battles, of course. Hey, we didn't reach it. It looks like some other people were doing their battles from the guild. Yeah, we'll definitely reach Portal 10 by tomorrow. Or we should. We better. I sure hope so. Who's slacking? I won't be kicking initially for this, but I definitely need people actually doing their battles. Like 10,000 plus at minimum, I think. Let's see, where are we right now? Yeah, I think 10,000 plus isn't too bad of a minimum to set. I think that might be my new minimum then. 10,000 damage for raid bosses. Because this is even a harder week as well. So I don't think 10,000 is asking for too much. Maybe for some of the lower level players in the guild, I might be slightly more lenient to that 10,000. But everyone like 1,000 plus or 1,100 plus should be able to do that. Anyways. How's the leaderboard looking? 184,000 with a 40,000 lead. Where did Demon Angel go? He was like #1 earlier. Now he's all the way at 20 with 47,000. I don't think he's trying anymore to try to get the top. He seems to still be trying some to get on the leaderboard, but not as much. Interesting. He was throwing it a lot in the last few weeks, which might be why he's not trying as hard now. He probably ran through all of his resources already. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh yeah, let me go farm some glory. It is a easy week to farm glory, and I barely even been doing it. I could just use this standard team just with anything in the last slot, and that gives us the 5 extra glory per battle. And obviously in a battle like this, we're just gonna auto win. There's almost no chance we could lose this unless we... Actually, even if we tried losing this battle, I don't think we could manage to lose this battle. Just because it kills itself out so quickly. Look at that. Look at that accuracy. Oh, too bad he took that skull. He almost just did like a triple turn. Come on, firebomb. Firebomb, go. There we go. And a smash. Didn't even need to touch it at all. And down it goes. And we get 5 extra glory for that, for doing absolutely nothing other than putting her on our team. It's really nice to throw that against them. One other thing that we could actually technically do, though it might not be worth it, just keep refreshing until we found a firebomb team here. And to do that exact same thing. That'd probably take too many refreshes, though. Yeah, it is going to take. Not enough people have it set as their defend. But if a lot of people end up doing that at a given time, at any given time, or you notice like the random things that it keeps giving you keep bringing it up, that'd be a pretty good time to go do it. Okay, I'm just wasting my gold at this point. Luckily, this is such a trivial amount of gold that it doesn't really matter. But anyways, it doesn't look like we're going to get that lucky, apparently. Oh, sorry, Say. How did I miss your question? I didn't see a question mark. Oh, there it is. Yes, you did. Will the towers in Invasion be immune to Entangle? Yes. They're immune to everything. They're immune to everything except mana burn and stat reductions. But yeah, basically everything. They're immune to instant kills. They're immune to mana drains. Not mana burn, but mana drains. They're immune to all status effects, and that includes Entangle. And I believe that's everything. But yeah, they're immune to essentially everything, for the most part. As close as everything as you can really get. Yeah, every status effect like Death Mark, Entangle, Freeze, Stun, all those kind of things they are immune to. Like they've always been. So you will not be able to use Entangle. Which is somewhat unfortunate, because that means Yasmin is useless. That's going to mean, well, actually it's Elemental, not Force of Thorns, so... Well, she is an Elemental, I do believe. But, yeah, it's gonna limit some things. Like, even if we go use an Infernus, which is an Elemental, so we will be able to use it for next week, which is gonna be quite insane, because of how powerful he is. But, even with someone like him, the issue with this is we won't be able to get burn, because they're going to be immune to burn. We can still get our Storm, though. So once we get a kill, we'll get a Red Storm, which will be helpful. And I'm probably going to be centering my entire team around him, most likely. I'll have some teams on Mondays for other stuff to use as well, because I know everyone doesn't have Infernus, but Infernus will most likely be the powerful combination of team you can use for next week Invasion if you do have it. Oh yeah, there was another question too I just missed. Any game modes you'd like to see in this game? I'd really love... we were talking about it on the Puzzle Quest stream too, but I know almost no one watches those, but still. The puzzles that are in Puzzle Quest, where you basically get a little puzzle where you have to clear out the entire board. Of course, many games have included stuff like that in the past, but I absolutely love those little puzzles. Like those ones where you have to solve how to figure out how to remove every gem on the board by doing X amount of moves. It's really puzzle themed, and it's something that they haven't really introduced to Gems of War, and it would be absolutely wonderful if they did. I absolutely love those little puzzles. They could do it on like a weekly basis too, like have a few puzzles every single week, and if you could solve all of them, boom, you end up getting the reward. Or even just like an endless game mode where it just generates them, or something else would be really nice. So I don't know if you actually could make those generated, but you could definitely make, like, let's say 5 a week or something, and just kind of have those come out, varying from like super easy to super hard. Let's see. We'll go throw an Infernus down. There's a lot of game modes actually from their past games that probably would be pretty easy for them to implement, since they already have that they could be implementing to Gems of War that they haven't bothered doing yet. Instead, they're doing completely different game modes that almost no one wants. Or at least the themes of them are not really towards what people were wanting. What do we even need here? Nah, that's not worth it, I think. We'll just move that. And now it makes even more not worth it, so we'll just throw Infernus down. And just find a skull. And that's match. Never mind, that's not enough damage, but that is. I still would really love to see existing minigames also revamped. Arena and Treasure Hunt used to be absolutely amazing. They still technically are, but Arena has gotten extremely unbalanced due to just more content coming into the game. And the only real issue with Treasure Hunt, I do like the game mode, and playing it is quite a bit of fun. But my biggest issue with it is the rewards currently are not worth it for late game players, which is why almost no one later in the game will ever be playing this game mode. Just because there's no point in doing so. As a newer player, it's actually really good to be playing this game mode, because it doesn't give you any EXP, and that's good because PvP and Arena, two of the biggest places where you'd be farming resources, one of the factors that determines your opponent is your level, so having a lower level is good. So if you can play this a bunch of times and accumulate a bunch of resources while still being the same level, you'd have an advantage more so in pretty much every game mode in the game, which is always good, except for things like Guild Wars, or basically everything that's not Guild related. Everything non-Guild related you'd have a bit better advantage at, as a lower level with better stuff. Okay, we'll go and move that over. Starting to run out of board, even though we have a good amount of turns left. The problem is we have too many bronze coins all the way at the bottom with nothing to do with them at the moment, unfortunately. And I don't think there is going to be a way. I'm going to clear them all out, so we'll just leave it as is. There we go. I wonder when we're going to get the next treasure hunt event. They did say in the most recent patch that they were going to be keeping them in the game, but they haven't actually done one since this current version. So I don't know if they're actually still doing them or not, because we haven't had one for several weeks now. And like I mentioned, not a single one during this entire version so far. I assume they're still around, but we haven't seen one to prove it yet. What do we need? We'll go move... Oh, oops, I could have taken it 5 times already. Oh, but that wastes so much resources. I guess it's still worth it. Let me move that first, though. Alright, we'll go grab all that. I think I just lowered my resources by so much, though, by doing that. But oh well. Go grab that. Get a nice little coin. Move that over. Take that. Hard to commentate these, though. Because no real big impact ever really happens unless a long cascade happens or something. What do we move? We'll go move that one down. So we almost got a vault. Not even trying to get a vault, but apparently we're going to get a vault. I guess it's going to be our goal now. Let's see if we can get one vault. Aw, he ruined my thing. I don't have a drop for that. Oh, yes, I did. Never mind. I could go grab that. There we go. Let me go move that down so we can take it 5 times. So it's like we didn't even waste a turn. I need to do something with all this mess to try to get a red chest right there. I think that will be possible. Yes, I just got it right there already. Boom. Oh, okay, there we go. Perfect. And there's our vault. Very nice. And of course, vaults can't be moved. Also, getting 2 vaults is an achievement, though I don't think we're reaching 2 on this particular one, because we're not really trying to reach 2. I wasn't even trying to reach 1, but it just happened to fall that way, so I figured we'd go for it. Might as well see what we get from it. We're already here. But yeah, I really wish the vaults and the red chest, particularly the vaults, need a buff in their drop table, for sure. They already said they're almost guaranteed not adding vault keys to vaults, though. I forgot if I ever mentioned that on a stream or not, or even just in general. But they mentioned it on one of their Q&A streams, I think on the most recent one, actually, that they will not be adding, or they're most likely not going to be adding vault keys to vault chests. Really wish they would, but oh well. It would be the one thing that absolutely every account would want to actually get. But anyways, let's see what we get from it now. It's probably going to be something useless, like 50 glory or something. Nope, 2 gem keys. Oh, that's actually not too bad, I guess. Get it? Too bad? 2 gem keys? No. Anyways, what do we get total? So that's 0 gold, 0 souls, pretty much. 2 gem keys, 2 gems, and the standard amount of trait stones. This actually does give a decent amount of trait stones. It's still better doing spam explore, but the 3 things that it's really good at is keys, because there's almost no other ways to really gain keys, like over and over again. Gems, and glory. Those are about the 3 things that treasure hunt is still okay for. The only problem is it gives basically no gold compared to other game modes, like 1 minute of PvP gives about like 5 to 10 minutes of treasure hunt, and same as souls. You could easily farm way more than that in a minute, maybe even in like 20 seconds possibly. But anyways, that's our little treasure hunt thing. Let's go see what we got from the 2 gem keys. We got them, might as well go and open them real quick. What do we get out of those? That is useless. A lamprey. It's like a early game counter to blue. And it does have Devour, though. And a runic. I actually prefer the runic over the previous one we got, but there we go. Anyways. Live PvP. I would love live PvP. It's something that they likely will not be able to implement that easily, though. And I don't think it's currently on their plans, but yeah, I really wish they would add a friends list like they said they would do ages ago. That would allow you to, at minimum, like, play your friends casually without, even if it's, like, for no rewards, just to be able to battle your friends in real time and stuff like that. And just to have an in-game friends list so you can PM. There's currently no way within the game itself to private message people. You have to do it externally, like through Discord or the forums or other means, which is kind of annoying. Let's see. You started again on iPad, and you can't link your PlayStation with computer. Yeah, all the platforms aren't cross-platform, only the PC mobiles. Well, actually, technically the iPad would be one of the mobile versions, but yeah. And if anyone else has any other questions, let me know. Hello, Ross. You got a Corvash last. Any cheapish teams with them? Yes, anything with Valkyrie with them. Basically, Corvash Valkyrie into a bunch of true damage, or just true damage in general. But yeah, let me go and we can go build something out of that real quick. Not against that, though. Okay, never mind. Well, let's go into this team, then. Let's go with a, let me go the Valkyrie version, I guess. Let's try keeping it somewhat cheap. Corvash, Valkyrie. I still want to put a Mercy in here. Do you have Queen Mab? She's available in like 2 different ways this week. I don't know if you have her yet. She's pretty common in this team. And the other follow-up at this point would be Mercy, but I don't know if you own a Mercy. Alternatively, what do we have? Green troops that work with blues. That also covers... Actually, I don't even know what color... Oh, we could go Captain Skullbeard, but that's also an epic, but it doesn't need to be traded. I don't know which one you have. Do you have fully traded Mercy or Captain Skullbeard? Let's see. Coral wouldn't be horrible. Diviner... No, that wouldn't work. Oh, you don't have Mab, but you do have Mercy? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that works. Interesting. Go throw a Mercy in there. And then we'll probably need a, well, since we're not covering purple now, we'll probably need a purple-blue of some kind. Scion could technically work. Let's see what other ones there are, though, as options. Not that. Let's see, purple-blues. Oh, Zura. Oh, Zura. Perfect. There we go, actually. We can just go all-in Corvash. Perfect. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, we're good to go. And banner will just be a standard red-yellow for quick Valkyrie. And we already had the +1 blue off of Valkyrie itself. And we'll be good to go. Actually, do I even really need to go red-yellow? I'd rather go purple-yellow, actually. Actually, that would be weird, because then we block Azura. Never mind, we'll stick with red-yellow, actually. Just so we can get the mana into it as well. But yeah, anyways, let's go and mess with this for a couple battles. Obviously, this one isn't that real of a battle that we're up against right now, but we'll do it for another one after. We'll go move that over. Go and... Oh, we don't have any good Cascade there. We'll just give him a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's not a single good move. I guess we just take a standard purple. But then that gives him... Oh, gosh. Okay, well... Oh, no, even that gives him something. Luckily, he doesn't use green, but still. Well, let's see. We'll go and take, I guess, some blues. Oh, and I don't even take the other green. Good job. We'll go and... None of that. I need to move... I guess the red into a skull. He's going to convert that out. That's actually going to help us, right? No. It will make it so we can't Mercy, but it will allow us to use Valkyrie, which I guess is okay. So we'll go and get our purple that we need. Pretty much every mana now that we need is up. Go get our Corvash down just so he doesn't do that again, and because we need the stuns. Need to try getting those extra turns going too so we can start stun spamming. I really do not want to have to get rid of yellow here, but since it's the only option, I will need to. Just to get the little bit of mana and to keep it on our turn. Do want to try killing him out while he's in a stun state. The easiest way to do that, though, would be to Corvash him. The problem with that, though, is we have no way to currently Corvash. So we're just going to move that down. He'll take a skull, obviously. He'll go for another one. Should probably stop letting him take so many skulls at this point, but we'll give him another one. Because he's still going to need 2 more to really be able to take it out. So we'll go do that. We'll get the Azura now, and we'll pretty much be good to go from there. Okay. And now we have our second Corvash, can go for that. They should all die in their first time because we have the stuns on them, which is a nice benefit of it. Even though they have a 100% chance to revive, it's 0% once they get stunned. Well, we don't have any Mercy. I think I might just use it just to get the heal. Though then again, I need the yellow that we get from it. So first, let me use this, and then we'll go use it just for a heal. Never mind, we got it for free. Perfect. So we'll go grab that, get him healed, and throw another Corvash. Do make sure to note with Corvash, he has a really weird order that he does when he does his ability. The damage applies before the stun. So if a troop like this is not stunned, it will still have its 100% chance to revive. I probably should have showed that this battle, but now I can't. But maybe I'll still be able to. I need him to unstun himself, and I'll be able to show it. But yeah, if you stun him, or if you kill it while it's not stunned, even if you have stun on your ability, it will not... it will still trigger to revive, I mean. So let me actually go try doing that real quick. If we can survive. I need him to unstun himself. Please unstun. Oops. Well, that's not helping. I forgot. I can't take any extra turns or else I reapply to stun. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Oh, no! God, I'm trying to not do that. Okay, I'm just going to have to kill it out. But yeah, if you would have killed it while it's not stunned, he would have revived. Which, do be wary of that. What do we need? Green. Keep them even. Well, I am going all in on purple, but if there's no purple, I keep it even, obviously. And there we go. Okay. So, let's go and into another battle now, just to show it against a real team. Could I do Shintang banner with the +2 yellow, +1 red, -1 green? Yeah, you could get away with that too. That would definitely be fine. That banner would definitely be fine, because you don't really ever need to get Mercy up, and the times you do get Mercy up, you could easily do it off Azura. Why must every starting board be so bad? I guess we'll just take some browns. Start getting that rolling. And drop into some Cascades, get a little bit of mana. Go do a bunch of that. All the Valkyrie mana. Why does everything keep creating Valkyrie mana for us? I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, but go move that. Move that one over. Do I get rid of red? Yeah, I don't really need red at all, other than for Valkyrie, but get that down. Can get a really good explosion right now. Might as well go for it. Clear out basically the entire board. I know, Corvash almost dead. Wow, he's getting hit hard. Okay, we'll go and give him a heal here, just so he doesn't die. And throw down the Corvash now. See if we can get a nice Valkyrie somewhere. Doesn't look... oh, excuse me. Doesn't look like we can get it, though. What do we even need? I guess we'll go take a purple, which we can't take. Alternatively, I guess start getting Corvash back up. Take the blue into the Valkyrie. Get that, all of our mana instantly, pretty much. And see what else we could do from here. Get a Corvash. This team does do one thing that I normally say not to do, though, which is to put both your... Oops, I should have taken those browns. Could have full mana. Still got it, though. Which is to put both of your mana generators behind your 2 damage sources. Generally, you don't actually want to do that, but in this team, it happens to be that way. I guess it has enough support that it actually does end up working, but still. The biggest issue with doing it in this order is if they're running Skull Spam, your entire team falls apart very quickly. Luckily, he's not using Skull Spam, but still. We'll go throw that down. He's already stunned. We'll get the Corvash. Get a Mercy to keep it alive. It's already aligned, unless he ruins it, and he doesn't. Actually, he made it even better. And then we go and just get a Valkyrie down, get our mana that we need for another Corvash, and that's pretty much match. Other than a little bit of poke damage we'll need to apply afterwards. I just need to get a nice Valkyrie in here if we can somewhere. Yes, it looks like we have it on green. So we'll go do that. Get that down. Get a Corvash before I do. Take a Skull. At this point, he's... Yeah, it's 1 HP. Well, we're going to have to use the Corvash regardless. So we'll go clear that out. And now we just need to apply the last little bit of damage, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I remember when Corvash, teams like this, we used to be like the standard. Back when Corvash was pre-nerf. That was one of the few nerfs that they ever did that I didn't really understand. Even though a lot of people were kind of for it. I never really thought Corvash was that overpowered in his previous state. He was less overpowered than Infernus is now, that's for sure. But yeah, he was never really that over the top. He was definitely good pre-nerf, but I don't know. It just didn't really seem like he needed that nerf. Ever since he got nerfed, almost no one runs him anymore unless you're specifically needing a stun. He went from something you would use on almost every team to only needing when you really need a stun or a mana drain or some true damage in a true damage team. Let's see. Next week is Elementals Invasion. Yes, it is. You're considering using a giant team. Oh yeah, most of the giants, if not all the giants, are elementals. That would work too. You have Ural and an untraded Hydra. We'll try to trade it for tomorrow. What do you think? You don't have Infernus and the giant mythic. The biggest issue with trying to use the Hydra in that game mode is, again, it will just kind of die to everything in one shot, which is going to be a bit of an issue. Because you're going to need to lower it down its durability in order to make it do anything. And in doing so, it's going to die to its following shot due to how much damage they have. So it's going to be a very large liability. And I don't know if it would really be that worth it. If you are going to throw it, definitely throw it in first slot. But I still overall feel like it wouldn't be worth going for a Hydra. I believe Rowan is a elemental. You'd probably be better off just throwing Rowan somewhere in the back of your team. And just roll it like that. Like in your third slot or something. Even if you don't have an armor buffer. Though preferably with an armor buffer. Let's see. We'll go and move that over. You can definitely get away with Ural though. And build an entire team around that. I would definitely build more around Ural than I would around Okay, we'll go through... What do I even need here? We'll go through this. Get the extra turn right there. Poke him with a bunch of skulls. Poke, poke, poke. And get the Infernus follow-up, and we'll be good to go. That's not the kill yet, but it's pretty much dead. And now that's the kill. Oh, there it goes. And a little map on top of it. Oh, I thought you said Ural. Wait, what's the new Giants that you were referring to? The new Legend Giants? Which one are you referring to? Legend Giants? Why do I not know which one you're referring to? Legendary Giants. Legendary, base rarity. I don't know who you're talking about, actually. Base rarity. Oh, the Hindala. Oh, okay. I thought you said Ural. Frost Crown. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay, you have this thing? The problem is they all have immune to freeze, though. But you do get summoned, so I guess it would be fine. You can keep summoning more and more giants. She is elemental after all. Yeah, she wouldn't be too bad then. Building an all-giant team around that. Wait, never mind. Yeah, you said you had Ural. You just said it there. You have Ural and an untraded... Oh, you said Hindla. Why did I thought you said Hydra? I see. Yeah, you could definitely get away with a Ural Hindla team then. And just putting in like 2 other supporting troops of elementals. And then just keep summoning with Hindla and win out with the summonings. Of course, you'd also... most likely your first lot's going to be the elemental that you get from the thing, though. Assuming that you're buying at least some of the packs and getting the new elemental for next week. Because it has, at minimum, 3 times skull damage to towers, which is going to be really good against them. Plus, its ability does 3 times. And I'll most likely be putting down first slot on all my teams for the towers. We're also going to be keeping it at its base rarity to see, once again, like this week, how far we can really get while keeping it only going to tier 3 and seeing how far we can really get during the battles. Any low-level teams? For what? You just started and you were lucky enough to get a Ural. Oh, nice. As far as Ural low-level teams, there's actually a really funny one, though I don't know if you have enough to run it yet. Ural with triple Goblin Rocket. Get the first trait on Goblin Rocket and just keep spamming Ural over and over again and use those Goblin Rockets to loop like crazy. It's a really decent team, actually. I don't know if you have triple Goblin Rocket yet, though. But if you don't have triple, just try to get some. You don't necessarily need exactly triple. You can go with other stuff in there as well. But yes, Ural with triple Goblin Rocket is about the cheapest, very viable Ural team you can create. Might seem like a little bit of a weird team, but Goblin Rocket's actually insanely strong. Even after they nerfed him like twice, he's still pretty strong. Out of all the goblins, I still consider him as one of the best goblins. Not the absolute best, but as far as board control is concerned, he's one of the strongest troops in the game for that. Not only does he have Explosion, which gains you some mana, he has board control, and he has automatic extra turn, and he has damage on top of that, and he has a magic link. The only thing he doesn't have is like fast trade or empowered or something. We'll go and throw the Infernus down. And he might eventually, if they ever add a troop that gives 50% to all goblins. That would be one of the most annoying troops ever added, though, if they were to do that. A 50% to all mana to goblins start. That'd be pretty funny, though. Yeah, Goblin Rocket's an ultra rare, so if you are a newer player, you probably don't have 3 of them yet. You probably have at least 1 copy of them, though. Definitely a good idea to get his first trait. Goblin Rocket gets a lot of value out of his first trait, particularly when using multiple of them in a team. And it's so easy to get that it's definitely worth getting. You don't need anything beyond that, though. Any chance you could try out this team? Sure. It's Mountain Crusher, sounds good. Diviner, Divine Isabella, and Jotnar Storm Shield. Sure, we can give it a shot. I don't think I can change my hero class, though, because I need my current hero class for later tonight. But we'll still try it without it. I know it'll be slightly weaker without it, but it should still end up winning. We'll go throw the Infernus down. Yeah, I know, 50% start to a lot of different typings within the game would be pretty broken. Could you imagine if dragons had 50% start mana on everything? You'd get some of the most broken teams in the game. But yeah, I think goblins would be the absolute worst, as in the best, if goblins were to get it. They'd become so annoying, more so than they already are. Can you imagine like 2 Fizzbangs at 50% mana start, getting them up in like 1 turn and then just going crazy? Yeah, it would definitely be pretty bad. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I think we get an extra turn off the top or somewhere. Well, apparently we do. Oh, that was definitely worth it, and we got a map out of it. There we go. So we didn't necessarily immediately get an extra turn, but it still worked out. Hey, Goblin Rocket. Speaking about Goblin Rockets and Goblins, there's that. Let me go use that one team real quick. Watch, we're going to lose to Goblin spam. Oh, he's actually using the wrong order slightly, though. But he's using the budget Goblin team. The budget Goblin team is Boar Rider, Goblin Rocket, Goblin Shaman, and Hobgoblin. It's the early game version of what most people would normally use, as well as that team, of what people would normally use for low level play, because it's all ultra rare and below. In his case, he replaced out Hobgoblin with Goblin, and used it all in a different order. I would not advise Goblin Rocket first slot though on an all Goblin team. Anyways, let me go and clear out this team, and go do the one that was suggested. I think it was Mountain Crusher. Oops, that is not how you spell that. Yes, it is. Never mind. I thought I misspelled it, but apparently I was just not under the hero thingy. And what else do we need? I already lost track of it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let's see. Yeah, I know there's a lot of ways that goblins can just steamroll you out of nowheres. You can be from one turn away from winning with full HP and just instantly die by your next turn to goblins. Where did the team go? There it is. Mountain, the Diviner, Divine Ishabella, and Jotnar. Interesting. Oops, that's not it. I never seen that happen to the weapons before. Interesting. Where's Diviner? There you are. Diviner, Divine Ishabella. Actually, they're both right next to each other. Perfect. And what was the other one? Storm Shield? Wait, what's the point of this team then? You can't use Storm Shield solo. Storm Shield solos would never win. Well, I shouldn't say it would never win, but it would take forever to ever win, even with the Titan hero class. Where'd it go? Did I type in Storm incorrectly? Apparently. There he is. Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't really advise using this team. Banner suggestion, was there any? Otherwise, we'll probably just go into the Crusher and get that up quickly. And where'd it go? No, none was suggested. But yeah, I wouldn't really bother with this team. You should never have Storm Shield as your only damage source, because it's really bad against Barrier. Of course, we're not up against Barrier in this particular team. I guess technically Divine Ishabella is a damage source as well. So we will get quite a bit of skull damage off of that. And since I'm using the incorrect hero class right now, we actually get even better skull damage at the moment, because we have the 50% chance to kill. I know we're not currently using Titan hero class, but we already have his mana up, so it doesn't really matter. That would have given us the bonus of the Titan. I guess technically actually it does matter some. We're getting 7 less damage now too off our ability, and we're already doing so little that actually I guess that is a little bit of a factor now then. Anyways, kill that out. Go for another poke. Move that over. How much damage are we up to? Because we don't have our hero to boost off of, but we do have these 3. So that's 21. That is 45. That is not enough to kill anything at the moment. Maybe we can get Divine Ishabella doing something. That is not a magic buff, but we did get another barrier. No, we didn't. Never mind. Let's see. We'll move that. There we go. Now we got another barrier. And Bullseye again. And that brings our damage to 4 times 28. 52 is our damage. So that will be enough to kill the goblin. And then we can go for another poke. Come on, Bullseye. Nope, no Bullseye. But we get another skull follow-up, and down it goes. Okay, maybe that does work then. I'm not even using Titan hero class right now, though I almost feel like it's better without Titan. Almost feels like it would be best with like Titan hero class or something. But we'll give it another shot. I feel like it's a lot more of Diviner and Divine Ishabella doing the work than it is the Jotnar, though. Wait, how did he start with half mana? Oh! Wait, then why do you need... Oh, you just need it for the 5 damage. I forgot. You get half mana start from Divine. I was like, wait. Oh, you don't really even need the Titan hero class then. Why are you using Titan? You might as well use Assassin or exactly what we're using, Archer. You'd probably get better value that way. Okay, do we skull him or do we kill him immediately? Let's kill him immediately, just out of safety's sake. So we'll go do that, see what he has for us. Go grab all this mess. Yep, I should have taken that skull first, the top one. Now I can't take it for free. What do we need? What do we need? I guess we'll go throw that down. Couldn't take it for free, but we could take it there, so we'll go grab that. And, come on, we have to have some kind of alignment here. Do we have it on brown or something? Or anything? Purple? Not really. Okay, let's just clear out the board. New board, fresh start. Let's go through this on that. How many barriers do we have? 3, 28, 28, 61 damage. Oh, that is way more than enough. Why am I even calculating it? So we'll go throw that on Def before he gets even more HP. And then we'll kill him right here, hopefully, off of some alignment somewheres. Yes, should have it. And down it goes. And we just kill him with anything. And down it goes. Okay, yeah, it actually does have a bit more potential than I thought it does. Also, only 2,500 gold for the gnome. We've been getting pretty bad gnomes. Our last 4 gnomes have been 100 souls, 4,000 gold twice in a row, and then 2,500 gold. So definitely not doing the best at them, that's for sure. They could see better days. But yeah, that team isn't too bad, actually. Definitely performs quite a bit better than I was anticipating it to. That is for sure. Also, hello, Michael, and hello, Simple. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, hero class skull spam. That is pretty decent when used with, like, assassin hero class and such. I wouldn't really bother with it with Titan, though. I guess you do get the additional attack on it, but you don't have any on-skull effect when using Titan. Whereas Assassin has 10% to kill last slot, and Archer has 10%, 15% to kill first slot, which are both pretty decent. Okay, we'll go and throw that one down. Get all the skulls. Need that Scion to go down as quickly as we can. That's not enough damage. He's probably going to get that skull. I'm going to have to let him. Oh, wait, no, I don't have to. We can go grab that. And there we go. And now we win. There's really no point, or no way that he can really win at this point. Go move that over. Move that one over. Get a Divine down. Throw down, like, purples or something. Keep that rolling. Take the skull, because why not? Double check the rest of the board. Throw an Infernus down. And clean it up with another cast, and we'll be good to go. Go ahead and throw this onto... What do we have? What do we have? I guess we'll just throw this down. We have the skull just sitting there. Get that down. Move that because we can. Throw an Infernus, and that's match. And down it goes. Did you finally slept normally? Yes, finally. You sound much better today. Oh yes, I definitely slept normally last night. Woke up about an hour ago. Actually, an hour and a half ago. Woke up at about 9 or so. What on earth is that team? Triple Peasant Lance Knight. Yeah, some nights I just have, like, I just can't really get sleep that well. And then that just ruins the entire tomorrow, or the following day, which is what happened yesterday. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine today. Let's see, we'll go through, I almost just said Mercy. Throw an Infernus down, go from there. Let's see, you need a suggestion for a blue Guild War team. Would Crimson Bat, Azura, KrissTigger Def work? Yes. Oh, I used to use Crimson Bat Def. That was the first team I ever created when Guild Wars first came out. I ended up retiring it because I found it to be a little bit inconsistent at times. But yes, it is still very strong, even though I personally don't bother using it anymore. Yeah, that's the very, very first team. Like, if you go all the way to, like, Guild War Week 1, that's probably the team we used. Not exactly that, because Azura didn't exist at the time. I believe the exact team I used was Crimson Bat, Valkyrie, Draculus, and well, it was for a Red Day, but it was Crimson Bat, Valkyrie, Draculus, and Void Portal was what we ended up using for it. But I ended up retiring that. But yeah, for Blue Day, what you mentioned sounds perfectly fine. I've done it in the past, not specifically that exact team, but like I mentioned, a very similar team to it, and it ended up working decently. The biggest issue with it was the new scoring system that they did for Guild Wars ended up making the team not work as well. Though the variant that you mentioned should be fine because there's Azura on it, which will cover the lack of mana generation. Okay, we don't have any good move here. Oh, well, what am I doing? We have enough damage to kill off of, like, anything. I'm just, like, staring at it, trying to find how to keep going and getting more mana. Good morning, Anthony! All goblins. All dwarves. Actually, all dwarves isn't too bad. It is on Guild War days, when it's, like, Red Guild War Day. But on most other situations, it's pretty tame, actually. It doesn't really have too many kill options. And the ones that it does, you can normally outpace pretty easily, even with their quick start. Barrier is a little bit annoying, though. Again, I don't have any spell on this team. It's the main thing this team's actually missing, in the aspect that we don't really have. Oh, it's starting to hit that. Wait, he doesn't have, where's the other troop? He doesn't have the one that does triple the reds. Also, thank you for your subscribe, Zazeb. Much appreciated. Alright, we'll go for a double skull here. I know it does almost nothing, but we also don't really have many options on the board. Go grab that. Oh yeah, the High Forge. Oh yeah, I forgot. High Forge does hit pretty hard when there's when you have a whole team of dwarves. Forgot how much high that actually is, because he gets a boost ratio off of every dwarf on the team. So definitely a pretty competent amount of damage. All right, we'll go and throw this down, and we should be good from here. Take our mana, maybe another Divine Isabella, and mess around with the rest of the board. Take another skull, put a blue down. Take a Mercy. Actually, we don't really need Mercy. We'll just throw in Furnace, I guess. Get that rolling. Very nice, very nice. What else do we need? I guess we'll go through that to get a magic buff, which we didn't get, but oh well, we'll just throw that down. And it dies off the skulls that explode. And down it goes. But yeah, Maze, the team that you mentioned, let me go actually test that real quick. Kind of curious. Never used that exact composition. Oh, before I do, though, let me go clear out this team. But I'll go test that after. I never actually used that for Blue Guild Wars, and probably wouldn't personally myself, but it definitely seems like it would work. Let's see, we'll go grab that. What else do we need here? We'll go take the reds over. Take the blue, get a bunch of red. What else do we need? We need the yellow over to get the brown extra turn. Don't think we have any mercy, so we could just simply go for Infernus and go from there. Hello, Green Viper. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, we'll go throw this on the green. Speaking about greens, we'll go get that down. Get a Mercy, mainly just for the heal and for some board clear. Because obviously we don't need it for our troops at the moment. Okay, board. We'll go clear it. No good options. None at all, none at all. Still none at all. And he gets that. That's actually somewhat bad. We'll go through this into our manas. We got cleansed too, so very nice there. If we don't get stopped by anything. We'll go throw this down because we might be able to get a few skulls out of it, and we do. Go grab that. Double check the board. Double check another cast. Don't have it, so we'll throw in Furnace. And it's pretty much match. We'll die to burn. And now hopefully we can just get a few skulls at it, or not. No. Yes, we can get one skull at it. We'll go throw that down, I guess. Go grab that. And then just throw in Furnace at him. And down it goes. Ragnagord and Furnace, Dawnbringer with Bard and Divine Isabella. That would work too. That would definitely work. I just love using the Diviner personally. It gives a lot of different board control options. But yes, we could easily go and put a Ragnagord there as well. I don't know, I just kind of like having the Diviner for those yellows. It basically always has a target due to how much yellow's on the board. Between Divine Isabella and Mercy, it almost always has a move. So it can also get magic buff too, which is one of the main reasons I have it. That 1 in 3 chance hoping for that magic buff. Because if we get that magic buff onto Infernus, that boosts his damage to like the 50s. And that's obviously quite a bit of damage. You can pretty much just like 2-3 cast the entire team, or so 2 after you've already done Divine Isabella. So that's normally one of the reasons why I have Diviner in the first place, even on the team, is to try to get that magic buff, and that's about it. All the other aspects of her I don't really need. Just specifically the magic buff and the yellow creation that it does. Hello, Tigger. Welcome. Let's see. Missed your answer if you have. Let's see. King Selenis, team option. Monkey Disciple, Desert Mantis, and Ragnagord. Wait, are you asking for all those? Or just the King Selenis? Or you mean all those with King Selenis? The biggest issue with King Selenis is there's no good wild folks to use them on. I mentioned this a lot when he first came out, but if we go under wild folk, let me actually just go under the category. Most wild folk already have a 50% mana start. Like that's the main thing that King Selenis does, other than his impervious and his okay amount of damage, and his burn to everything. So actually he does a few things, but his main thing is, though, give all wild folk half mana at the beginning of battle. The biggest issue with this is every wild folk that is currently viable already has that trait. Like, if we go to Monkey Disciple, has 75% start already, which is higher. Ragnagord, the most commonly used wild folk, has 50% mana start. And, well, there's barely any. There's actually only 12 options in the game. And, like, half of them have mana start. Out of, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. And technically 6 because of himself. So, half the wild folk in the game already start with half mana or more than half mana. And there's only 12 options. And 6 of those 12 options already have King Silenus' ability on them already. So yeah, he has almost no purpose whatsoever. And not really a troop I'd really bother with. The only thing I would really use him for is if you have no other really viable burn option, he is a pretty decent burn all enemy option. But if you have something like Ural Firemantle fully traded or Infernus fully traded, you would not actually ever need this, though. But yeah, I would not really bother with him, to be honest. Maybe once more wild folk come into the game, but the only wild folk you ever really use currently at this moment in time is Ragnagord, and he already has his 50%. But yeah, out of every single one of them, he's the only really viable one. It's kind of funny is he's also one of the very first ones. He came out on the first year the game came out. I think he was the second event troop ever, if I'm not mistaken, after... actually, I didn't even notice that. Both Savasi and Ragnagord both came out pretty much the same time. Savasi was the first event troop ever added to the game, though in a much different state. I believe Ragnagord ended up coming in. I forget if it was that Christmas or the Christmas after. I'm pretty sure it was the first Christmas. Because he came in with Silent Knight, which is his weapon thingy. But anyways, yeah, I wouldn't really bother with wild folk is the main bottom line. Unless you specifically are forced to have to use pure wild folk because of an invasion week or something, or some kind of other condition. But I would never willingly create a full team out of wild folk. It just isn't worth it. Let's see. What was the other thing that someone mentioned? There was a team that I was going to go test and I didn't get to it. It was that one Blue Day team. Let me go do that real quick. Crimson Bat and all that other stuff in there. So let me go test that real quick. Not over that. Let's do it over suggested team slot. So let me go get everything over here. So we need a Crimson Bat. Get that in there. We need a Azura. We need a Christinex. And we need a Def. Yep, has every component we really need. Looks interesting. Okay, and banner purple something. What color are we not using? Oh, we could go +2 purple, +1, is that overkill? No, I don't think that's overkill. +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow, since we don't use yellow at all. And yeah, let's give it a shot. Finally picked up apple cider as well. I picked it up mainly for Easter, but I've been drinking it before Easter, so rip. Probably gonna have none left by Easter, by the time Easter comes around. Let's see. I'm gonna move that down. And what do we even need? What we need is purple, but I don't have any way of taking purple. I still have no way. Oh, yeah, never mind. I do now. We'll go grab that. And now we can get rolling on the team. So we'll throw a Crimson Bat. Go throw. Now we'll be able to true damage them if we double kill by some chance. Like if we would have gotten another skull, we still would have been able to get that 2 times. Whoa. That one shot. Gotta be careful. They hit very hard. But so do we. Actually, I have enough to one-shot the rest of his team at this point. I just need to go find the skulls to do so. Too bad we don't have anything that creates skulls on this team. There isn't really a way to fit it, I don't think. Or at least not with staying with the color anyways. For pure blue. Alright, there we go. Skull. And now we'll just need one more. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to summon in that slot since he killed my summoner. So if this was a guild war, we would have lost a little bit of points because of that. And that's pretty much match. And sure, we'll throw a Def at it. Def didn't really get to use his ability yet. And down it goes. But yeah, we were mainly, of course, using Def for his 2 true damage that he does per turn, though, not necessarily for his ability itself. But yeah, Crimson Bat Def, always a pretty nice combo. As long as they don't have Entangle or attack reductions. Have to be really careful, though. If they have either of those 2 options, it's not worth using the Crimson Bat Def combo. Because if they have Entangle, you do no skull damage. And if they have attack reduction, it doesn't matter if you're doing 2 times damage. Because if you have 0 attack, that's 0 damage still, even if you're doing 2 times. And if they reduce that down to, like, let's say 15, or even down to, like, 10 with 1 attack reduction, then you're only doing, like, 20 damage. And you would get much better benefit from just using an attack buff or something else on a normal troop than you would even using Crimson Bat. But yeah, on most situations when they don't have any kind of Entangle or attack reduction, Crimson Bat Def is still pretty powerful. I personally don't use it much these days, but it is still a pretty competent combo, that is for sure. Probably one of the best things to even really put with a Def, other than like a soul farming related team. They need to nerf all good wild folk so Salinas could be good? No. It's just because the class of wild folk has so many things that are automatically start with high mana, because all of them are considered quick. It's really weird that they added Salinas to it, because they already basically were that classification of everything starting with mana. What they should have done is like maybe give all wild folk like 75% mana start or something. That would have been interesting, because so many of them already have 50%. And just keep balancing it around that. Because there's not a single wild folk that would be unbalanced with 75%. The only situation that might be slightly unbalanced is you could also get hero weapon to 75%. But as far as current wild folks, not a single one of them would be overpowered with 75% mana start. Some of them already have 75% mana start, but let's see, there'll be Mantis with like 6 mana, that's nothing. Let's see, Ragnagord with 10 or 11 mana, that one would probably be the best one, benefit from it. Though you could already get a hero weapon that is pretty much that same mana cost. Satire with like 4 or 5 mana, whatever that would be, 6 Satry. I don't know maths. It'd be exactly 6. But yeah, that would be nothing. Satire Magician starting with 9 mana actually would be pretty competent. That would be the quickest silence in the game if that was to be added. Savasi would probably finally become viable if it actually had 75% mana start. Tesca would still be useless, and Tuskar would likely still be useless. But, yeah, it wouldn't be horrible if they actually raised it and made it the only troop in the game that had 75% starting mana to all the things. Because with 50%, it doesn't even do anything currently. And to 2 troops, to 1/6 of all wild folk, it wouldn't even do anything still, because the other 1/6 would still have 75% automatically, as well as empowered on a couple of them. Or I should say on one of them. You're looking at elementals the other day. Oops, move that. I did not clean my glasses this morning. I wonder why I can't read. Let's see. Looking at elementals the other day and noticed that imps, summer, spring, and so forth, you haven't seen them in chess yet, so figured they were from an event. Is this accurate? Oh, the way that those work, they're a little bit different than every other troop. The way that the seasonal imps work is they basically run on, well, seasons. Let's see, let me go to them real quick. So if we go under troops and go under, please load. Why is it not loading? What? Like, click it again, click off, click back. Okay, there we go. Where to go? I forgot what kingdom that is. Primal, there it is. But yeah, these are pretty outdated troops, but they run seasonally. Every single 2 months, it goes on a different troop. You could still get these troops when it's not the season through Soulforge as well as legendary tasks. But in the drop tables themselves, like the glory keys, gem keys, VIP chests, stuff like that, they're only ever around during certain seasons. The seasons that they run from is Winter Imp is from December and January. Imp of Love is from February and March. The Spring Imp is from learning seasons, April and May. The Summer Imp is from June and July. The Autumn Imp is from August and September. And yeah, that's right. And then the Spooky Imp is from October and November. And that's when they're available in the drop tables, each one of those 6. They're a little bit weird in that they're the only troops that rotate in that fashion. So at this current moment, obviously the Spring Imp is available. Oh wait, never mind, I lied. The Imp of Love is still available until like about 7 more days or so. Then the Spring Imp will be available. Because even though it's already spring right now, it runs based on months, not off of the actual season. But yeah, currently Imp of Love is in the drop table, and then in like a week or 2 or so, it'll be Spring Imp in the drop table for like 2 months. And then it'll rotate over to Summer Imp and so on and so forth. All of them are pretty much dead content troops though, with the only exception being maybe Spring Imp because it entangles all enemies, which isn't too bad. Imp of Love also is somewhat okay. It has a charm into a split damage, which is a okay amount of damage, though there's much better troops out there these days. But the rest of them are pretty much just useless, the other 4. They're really outdated, which is kind of interesting because Spooky Imp is the most recent one from about a year and a half ago. Forget if it came out last year or the previous year. I think it was the previous year, actually. But, yeah, even he's still pretty outdated as well. They said that they might buff them eventually, but, yeah, we'll see exactly what happens with that. They still haven't yet. They definitely need it, that's for sure, because they are quite underused and are essentially useless for how unique they kind of are. Let's see. Also, hello, Jose, I mean. Welcome, welcome. Could I use a King Salinas with an Elma Grim? Yes, you could get away with using those 2 together. It wouldn't be as good as using, like, Infernus or something. I have done that in the past. I ended up doing that with my loop team. The biggest issue it had was sometimes you'll get your, you'll get to the state where Elma Grim is ready, but your King Salinas hasn't casted yet. And the problem with King Salinas compared to a Yarrow Fire Mantle or a Infernus is that you can burn the entire team with Yarrow and Infernus without ever wasting a turn. Whereas with King Salinas, you have to waste that minimum 1 turn in order to get your burn off, which is why, even though I initially started doing that when he first came out, it isn't that viable because you at minimum have to waste 1 turn. Whereas more often than not, you'll waste 0 turns with a Yarrow or a Elemental. I mean, a Infernus, I mean. But if you had no other option, yes, you could get away with using King Salinas for that purpose. Though, assuming you have an Elma Grim, you probably have a Yarrow, most likely. Maybe not Infernus, but you probably have a Yarrow that you could use for that. Let's see. What do we do? We'll go grab that down. And get an Infernus. Move that one over. And 1 Infernus for the kill, and down it goes. Yeah, there's no point in going for all the seasonal imps. They're fun to have just to collection purposes, but they're not a part of a real kingdom. And they're all useless troops, so yeah, it doesn't really work out. Not really that worth going for, that's for sure. And none of them are even viable as troops. Like I mentioned, hopefully it'll buff them in the future, but at this current moment, they are quite useless to say the least. Let's see. What do we need here? We'll go and get the Mercy. Hello, Fecalopix. I think that's it. I almost got that. Not sure if that's correct, but that sounds pretty close. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll go get that down. Move that one. Move that one. Get the Infernus down. And what else do we need? I guess we'll just get rid of all the browns. Go get an Infernus in here. Do we even need that? Oh, so let's probably go do that one in King Salinas team just to kind of show it real quick. Let me go and do that after this battle. I'll go do it with standard Elma Grim, because if it was to be used with anything, it's probably going to be used with that. It's one of the few teams where he actually is somewhat okay, though there's definitely better options out there, like I mentioned, Yarrow and Infernus, but might as well go test it real quick. It's been a while since I even bothered using it. Oops, not against that team. Also, that team's also annoying. Okay, we might lose this just because it's a kind of counter, but hopefully it'll be fine. Let's see, we need Elma Grim, King Salinas, Rock Troll, Dark Troll. Actually, let me just go under Troll. And Dark Troll, Rock Troll. And I think we're... Oops, wait. What? Element Groom's supposed to be there. There we go. And it's pure red as well. So it works for Red Guild War Day. What do we need as far as banner? I'm almost fine with that banner. With the minus yellow. I think we'll just keep it as is, actually. Just so we get the other two up quicker. You got a World Breaker today. Congratulations. Very nice. One of the best troops in the game. Can I show a good team for them? Sure. Just about anything, really. Gorgolfa, and if you happen to have it, Gorgolfa plus World Breaker is a pretty good place to start. Or even Ragnagord World Breaker if you have. But yeah, I'll go show some teams with it. What do you happen to have as far as like other options of damage? If you have Dragon Guard class traded as well, you can go something along the lines of Mountain Crusher with Dragon Guard, Dragon Soul, World Breaker, and then Glitter Claw. It's one of my actual favorite teams with it as well. I haven't been using it as much lately, but actually I don't even know if I have it saved anymore, but I do like using it, that's for sure. Anyways, let's go get that down. The biggest issue right here, which I was mentioning earlier, sometimes you'll be ready to go, but you don't have your mana on Salinas yet. That's one of the slight issues with this team. But we'll go do that, get our burn down. We'll have to wait a little while now because we need to go out of our way to get his mana up. Or actually throw this, I mean. But I also need to make sure he doesn't cleanse. But we'll go through this. This will give us the burn we need. Throw it at his biggest item, or his biggest enemy. And now we'll double purple, hopefully don't miss, and then start doing Element Grim. Okay, please don't do anything. No, he cleansed. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get it. And normally that would be a free burn right there and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty hard to do when you're using a King Salinas. Because there's no viable way to no-turn your burn. You have to waste turns to do so. And in wasting turns, you're giving them cleanse potential and everything like that. And it's really easy to lose with a King Salinas when you're trying to use it with Element Grim compared to other options. Even Ural is normally better. We'll go through that. Still don't have those burns yet, but we might win without the burns. Might not even need the burn to win. He's just going to be Element Grim soloing it with damage. Look at that. He doesn't even need burn. And that's match. But yeah, that's the biggest issue with King Salinas, and why you would never actually use it with an Element Grim. Which means King Salinas serves almost no realistic purpose. But yeah, let me go do that one dragon team. I think I have it saved actually. 4 times dragons. It should be this one right here. Yep, there it is. Oh, wait, except it has the Ferris Ra. Yeah, you can use a Ferris Ra there too. But the actual full dragon team is Glitter Claw there. I'm currently not using the dragon class, but it's still fine without it. You'll barely notice a difference because it's so decently strong. Barely even going to notice it doesn't have dragon class. But of course, Dragon Guard would give additional HP and magic. The main one being relevant is the magic aspect. But yeah, all we really need to do here is just get Dragon Soul up and go from there. Okay, we'll get Dragon Soul down. Hopefully get a Glitter Claw here, which will go right into our World Breaker. Unfortunately, we don't have that, so we'll just go Mountain and clear out the board that way. There we go, nice, little extra turn. Still don't have any alignment, but I might just throw it for the sake of getting Fairy Fire down. And now we do 50% extra damage. Now we throw our World Breaker, Dragon Soul, and keep looping them back and forth until we win. Dragon Soul gets 20 damage per thing, and World Breaker will get whatever it got boost ratioed based on your class. Because of course you're getting 1 magic per thing if you're using Dragon Guard class. And down it goes, and that's match. And we'll just kill it with actually, let's kill it with Dragon Soul, get that last little bit of souls. And there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much what the team looks like. And that's not even with the correct hero class. And it still does exactly that. Yep, that's pretty much the team in a nutshell. Pretty strong. Really, any team, if you happen to have Glitter Claw, any team with World Breaker plus Glitter Claw is just absolutely insane. It's a really strong combo. Probably among one of like the top 10 combos in the game. World Breaker, Glitter Claw. Because you World Breaker, then that gives full mana to Glitter Claw, then that Glitter Claw gives full mana to your World Breaker, plus 50% additional damage onto his already ridiculously high damage. That also loops into a lot of mana. When will we be able to change hero class for free at any time? That change is being implemented in the future. As far as when that is coming, I do not know. I know it's not coming next patch, but as far as when specifically it might be coming around, I believe it's going to be about... oh, he just got a kill. But I believe it's going to be about, I want to say, a couple months. Probably not next major patch, but the following major patch, which would probably be around August or so. So yeah, we still have a little whiles to go. But yeah, eventually you'll be able to, assuming they're sticking with what they mentioned earlier, we should be able to set our hero class based on our team, instead of currently where we just set our hero class and it gets set for everything. Yeah, once they do that and you can set it per team, obviously you'd be able to switch it infinitely for free, because since you're changing it per team, you're going to have basically, you can do it whenever you want, since every single team could be something different. This is actually going pretty badly so far at the moment. The struggle of not using Dragon Guard. The other benefit of Dragon Guard in first slot too is it has a 40% skull reduction, which would mean it would still be alive right now. Here we go. So we'll go get that down. Free Fairy Fire. And then we can just do that right into a World Breaker. Even got some barriers if we need, though I'm not going to throw that yet. And now we can really get going. Oh, we don't have alignment. I think I still go for it, though. So that'll give us the mana we need. Ideally, that would be an extra turn as well, so we could just go right back into a World Breaker, but oh well. Throw that down. And one more poke will pretty much do it. Get that down. That gives the mana into him, and then you throw him again, and that's what I was talking about with the extra turn thingy. And you just keep repeating that until you win, pretty much. Yeah, it's a really, really fun combo. You can also put Fairish Raw there, like I was doing earlier too. And while it wins slower, using a Fairish Raw instead of Glitter Claw, obviously you're getting a lot of souls because you have Dragon Soul into a Fairish Raw there. But yeah, either or works. That's about one of the better World Breaker teams I'm aware of. There's of course many compositions you can use them in, though just using them in pure Dragon is some of my favorite teams to use them in. Am I going to stream tonight? Yeah, we stream every night at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time in 8.5 hours from now. We'll be doing the stream later tonight. Also, in about 5 hours from now, I will be doing the final Puzzle Quest stream as well. And then after that, we'll of course have the normal stream that we do every night for Gems of War. And hopefully by then we'll have our final reward. Or not our final reward, but... never mind, we already have that. I was going to say the little thing from Raids, but we already got it. I haven't opened it yet. I'll be doing that later tonight. We have 2 orbs to go open. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll have the other orb to go open. And then we'll see what's in there. I have not been getting really good luck on the major orbs, though. We've been at, like, perfect rate. Actually, I should say that we're not getting good lucks on the smaller orbs. The smaller orbs have been really bad luck so far. The bigger orbs, I guess, have kind of been okay. We have exact normal drop rate at the moment. We've gotten one of every single major orb. Like, exactly one of each one of them. Like, nothing more, nothing less. Just exactly one. It's kind of weird. Also, I wonder if they're ever going to add bigger orbs than what they currently have. Because based on the wording that they have at the moment, they have the normal orbs and then the major orbs. But if we go and compare them to trait stones, the major trait stones are only the second best, or I should say the second worst trait stone. So they might be planning on adding more orbs in the future, which would be really annoying. But I almost feel like they will, because the naming that they have kind of assumes, it leaves it open for them adding more in the future. Because they could add like runic orbs and then like arcane orbs and then celestial orbs. That'd be a gigantic mess. Then again, Power Orb doesn't have one of those bigger names. If they called Power Orb like a celestial orb, then maybe they would have made that a thing, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a coincidence that they both say major, and they're just running out of adjectives to use. Okay, we'll go and take the yellow over. Get that down. Oh wait, why am I even trying to win? He's just gonna kill itself. Where was I? Take the skull. Furnace. And what else do we need? We'll go get a Gorgotha down. And then Furnace for the kill. And down it goes. Almost. There we go. So one little skull to kill it out. Gorgotha or Mountain Crusher? Depends on the team you're running, on if Gorgolfa or Mountain Crusher is better. For the most part, they're essentially interchangeable in most situations. I would say, though, more often than not, Gorgolfa is the better option. The biggest benefit you get from using specifically Mountain Crusher is you can make it very versatile in that you can change it into just about any hero class. Or, well, literally any hero class, but of course some would be better than others. But that's the main benefit of using Mountain Crusher compared to something like a Gorgolfa. If you specifically need a certain hero class within a team, it's better to go Mountain Crusher than it is to go Gorgolfa. But if you don't specifically need a certain hero class, then it's better to go Gorgolfa than it is to go the Mountain Crusher. So on like an all-dragon team, yes, it would be better to go Mountain Crusher because you do need the hero class, or you don't need it, but it's more beneficial with the hero class of Dragon Guard. Whereas, let's say a team like this one doesn't necessarily, well, actually he's using his hero already, but like a team like this wouldn't specifically need a hero class of any kind. Well, I guess maybe Diviner, but okay. I'm making bad examples, but there are many teams that don't specifically need a hero class on them, where you would be better off just using Gorgolfa. Or, of course, if you need to use the hero class specifically somewhere else on the team for, let's say, a Dawnbringer, like he's using, then yes, it is better to use the Gorgolfa instead. I don't know why I just didn't make that one the example in the first place. But yeah, more often than not, I'd probably just stick with Gorgolfa, because it's a lot easier to use it more often than not. But, yeah, it's definitely perfectly fine using Mountain Crusher. Or when you need, like, let's say an Archer up front, or Dragon Guard, or Titan for, like, maybe a Troll behind it, or something else. Like a random Rock Troll or something. Oops, I used this and didn't even double check to see if we had alignment, and we don't. We have pretty decent on blue, but that's not actually free turn. I'll go for it still. And then we'll just go through Infernus. You can actually win, if I'm not careful. You could get like 3 World Breakers in a row. Okay, good, he didn't go for it yet. Actually, I can go kill him right here then. Let's match. And there we go. They should have called the orbs lesser and greater. Yeah, I don't think the normal orbs even have any difference in their name. I think they're just called the normal orb, and then the next one up is actually called something bigger. Yeah, they're just called what they are, and then it's called Major Orb of Growth. And look, Major Trait Stones. But yeah. It is kind of weird. It just says the normal name for the first one, and then it says Major in front of it. That's the only difference. Odd. Anyways. I'm gonna go claim my seals. I'm pretty sure I'm holding up my guild if they're actually trying to use their seals. Let me see. I'm always really bad about claiming my seals because I never actually use them anymore. So I keep forgetting to claim them. And then I leave my guild hanging if they actually ever want to use theirs. Normally I try to remember when it's an actual like week where they might be using it. Like let's say a new mythic just got released on the weekend and it's like, oh okay, time to go and open it. But yeah. I keep forgetting to do those. I haven't opened up seals for a while now. Gosh, it's been since like April of last year or something, or May of last year. Maybe August last year? I don't know. It's been a while. It's been like mid-summer last year was the last time I've opened a single seal. And obviously you can tell by that number over there that, yeah, it has been some time. Let's actually go see how many we have right now. I'm curious. I think we're almost breaking 50,000. We're getting there. We're almost there. Let me see. The amount of seals we have right now is, it's 20 each, right? I almost forget because I haven't opened one in so long. I'm almost guaranteed it's 20 each. So it's 81866 divided by 20 plus 256. That means we currently have 4,349 gem keys here. 4,349. That is a lot of gem keys. Wow. Yeah, we'll almost have 4,500 very soon, in like a couple weeks or so. Maybe not even. Actually, if you count our orbs, we probably already have 4,500 keys just sitting here. Forgot about those. But yeah, we have so many. I don't know if anyone even has bothered hoarding this many. Because you can only get so many per week, so unless people also started hoarding around the same time we did. Yeah, that's an insane amount. I might have to do a video eventually opening 5,000 seal keys. Could you imagine? I don't think I would ever actually do that though. I don't know. Because if we were to open that much, that'd probably be a waste. because I'd rather use those to get all the new mythics for free. This right here is enough to basically get 5 mythics for free without actually even needing to spend any other resources. Maybe not 5, maybe more like 3 or 4 depending on our luck. Though it could be 5 if we get slightly above average luck. But yeah, we can get a lot of mythics through those. But actually we could probably go... yeah, I think off the current resources I have, we could go almost the rest of the year and get every single new mythic that will get released. Just from between the guild chests and our like standard gem keys and such. Yeah, we definitely have a lot to last for a while, that is for sure. 54 weeks. What's the breakdown of that? 54 weeks. Well, you have to keep in mind we're getting some from other means too, like occasionally from guild, and I think a few other things occasionally give it to. Mainly just the guild when we end up winning through guild wars. But yeah, let me see. How much far does that go back? Let's see, 54 weeks. How many months is that? I'm bad at math. No, not bad at math in that regard, but I'm bad at months. Let me see. So every 4 weeks is approximately 1 month. Not exactly, but close enough. So let's just divide that by 4, and that will give approximately how far away that was. 54 divided by 4. Wait. From 1 year ago? There's no way I started saving around this time last year. Has it been that long? I don't think it has. Maybe I already had some reserve. But no, I don't think it was around this time. It was at least like a year, not a year, like a month later than here. I think at early, it was like earliest it could possibly have been was May. Because they didn't announce it until like summer, I know that. So I think those extra seals are just coming from guild purchases. You have to keep in mind too. Because you have to count my actual seals, not the things as well. And also you have to keep in mind, we get 50 seals every single time our guild wins a guild war day. So that ends up coming in being, I have no clue how many, but that probably counted as a few thousand over the course of all the guild wars. You have to keep in mind, guild wars was released that entire time as well. So we were gaining seals that way. Yeah, I know, none of that was actually bought. People could have more seals than me right now if they were actually buying all their things. But I don't think many people are bothering to really buy seals. They might just like here and there on occasion in order to boost the guild into like 40,000 or to 20,000 or something like that. But I don't think anyone on a regular basis is like buying the seals out every single week. Maybe initially there were people doing that, but not anymore. There's almost no one doing that. Because over time you just get enough that you don't ever need to bother doing that. Okay, what do we even need to do here? I guess we'll go throw down a Mercy. Yeah, that seems okay. Get a Surge here, please. Exactly so. Perfect. Oh, he is oh, I have no way to counter that. I'm going to deliberately not use this, because once he drains us, he can't drain that, so we can just go right back into our mana and get it rolling again. And we pretty much got all of his mana back immediately, so that's good. He'll go Skull us. Luckily, it has almost no mana. Unfortunately, I don't have Diviner in first slot. I keep forgetting to put it to first slot. If you put it to first slot on this team, of course, it makes it a lot easier since it can't actually drain any mana. And it makes it so Scion is a lot less annoying, that is for sure. Okay, I need to get this thing to full mana because he's just going to drain us next turn. So we'll go move that over. Didn't get it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any brown drops or anything I can go take. I guess we'll take a purple to try for the red turn. Didn't get it. He gets all that mana. He has Famine once again. Quite annoying, and I have no way to work around it at the moment. Hopefully he doesn't target this, or else we're in trouble. Guess we'll take a Skull, because again, not many other options. Now we can take green, go for that, and now we should be good to go. He can't drain our first slot anymore with his Skulls. So we'll just go take a purple here, grab that, get our mana. And yeah, pretty much good to go. I guess we'll maybe... Do I even go for a Skull? I don't even think I need to, because we already have a mana drain immune. So we'll go for Infernus here. And yep, that's wipe. And now we just need to poke it with anything. All we need to do is try to find that anything. And he gets it. No, there's no way I can grab that, but we can go get that and then kill it out that way. And down it goes. How do event keys work? Event keys work that they basically drop troops based on whatever the current event week is. Hey, Celestial Tradestone. So, for example, this current week is Glacial Peaks. So the drop table of the event key drop pool will be ultra rares and higher from Glacial Peaks. You can tell which kingdom it is by... Well, it's a little bit hard to tell what kingdom it is. these days. They don't really have the page set up that well to really identify it, but you can tell based on whatever kingdom it is. I guess it doesn't actually tell you the exact wording of it. So yeah, it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. But this week is a Glacial Weeks week. You can tell kind of from the background in the troop here. Apparently, yeah, it doesn't actually give any words that's kind of identify that it is a Glacial Peaks week. Yeah, I don't think it says the specific words anywheres. That's odd. But anyways, it is indeed a Glacial Peaks week, which you can tell kind of from some of those images. Though newer players probably won't be able to tell that well, but it is a Glacial Peaks week. Anyways, to basically see what is available, you go under your troop thingy, go to Glacial Peaks or whatever the event week is, click Show All because you probably don't have all of them, and then that will show everything within the kingdom if you don't already own it. And then, if you wanted to, sort it by rarity, and all of them that are ultra rare and higher are, oops, I meant base rarity, not actual rarity. But all of them that are ultra rare and higher will be within the event key drop pool. So that's going to be everything from Snow Guardian upwards. So that means everything within the drop pool is Snow Guardian, Winter Wolf, Yeti, Frost Lizard, Ice Golem, Snow Hunter, not Freya because she's part of the Bounty Hunter thingy, Tessarian, Queen Mab, Borealis, and Skady. And the main three that people are going for, actually main four, are, if anyone's going for anything, is Ice Golem, Queen Mab, Borealis, and Skady. Out of those four, the main one out of all those is Queen Mab. She's the best freezer in the game. She's also the best mana burner in the game. She's horrible against Impervious, but against everything else, she's pretty decent. That's one of the main things people would be going for this week. She's also in the Soul Forge, so you can simply just Soul Forge craft her instead. Yeah, that's kind of how you identify it. So, like, next week's going to be Forest of Thorns. So, again, you just go over to Forest of Thorns, and everything that would be available next week in the event key drop pool would be all the ultra rare and higher from here. So that would be, I forget, are you ultra rare or rare? So that would be Thorn Knight, Treant, Archdruid, Rowan, which is really good, Forest Troll, which is also really good, Lady Arnerial, which is also really good. Actually, all four of these right there, really good. Green Seer, Rowan, Forest Troll, Lady Arnerial. I never noticed this. This kingdom has some of the best epics in the game, gosh. So all four of those. Sylvania Mora, Gloomleaf, and Yasmin Chosen. If anyone's going to be trying for anything next week, they're most likely going to be trying for Green Seer and Forest Troll. Maybe Sylvania Mora. He's a weird utility. Doesn't really get used much these days due to the lack of skull spam. People might be trying for Yasmin too. She's decent at looping with greens and doing decent amount of damage. She's also one of the better entanglers in the game. The more often than not, if you're specifically needing entangle, people run Sylvania Mora instead of Yasmin. But yeah, Green Seer and Forest Troll are definitely pretty good pickups for next week. Nothing new is coming out next week though, so if you already have those troops, you probably don't need to bother using event keys next week. Yeah, that's pretty much how you luck them up every single time. It's a little bit hard to identify what kingdom it actually is on a given week, but that's all you need to do once you identify what kingdom it is just go in there and then check what's ultra rare plus, and that's what's in the event key drop pool. Do keep in mind that there's no mythic within the event key drop pool unless the kingdom specifically has a mythic. So next week there actually will be a mythic within it because Yasmin will be in the kingdom. But any kingdom that has 0 mythics has a 0% chance of getting a mythic from event keys. So do be wary of that. What do we even take here? We'll go and that includes weeks where a mythic is exclusive for the week. So like once a month they will go and add a specific new mythic to the game. But this mythic is not within the event key drop pool, so do keep that in mind too. I believe the next mythic is coming out on the 6th. It's sometime really early next month. I forget the exact date off the top of my head. But we are getting a next mythic, not next Friday, but I believe the following Friday after that. The first Friday of the month of April. Alright, we'll go through Infernus then. Yeah, the link that JCG's has posted, if that one doesn't work, the exact link is in the description as well. I have that in the description so that people can just use that as reference. Yeah, if his link doesn't work, just use the one in the description. The one in the description does. For whatever reason, YouTube chat likes to not make links work, for whatever reason. Yeah, I know, it just doesn't want to work. I don't know what's up with YouTube. Almost no link works when you post it into YouTube chat, and I don't understand why that is. Yeah, if you post it into the description of any video, it'll work for whatever reason. It's kind of odd. But yeah, if you guys ever have any links you need to post, pretty much just tell me what it is, and then I'll go like put it in the description real quick. I've already done that for several links already, but yeah, that's like the only way to really make it work on YouTube. It's really odd. Also, like I mentioned the other day, they made some changes to YouTube a couple days ago, and it's really annoying because there's two completely different formats of YouTube, once again, and this always keeps happening. Like, the way that you upload videos is completely different on one end than it is on the other end. Like, if I'm on the back end of YouTube, it's actually the same way that you upload videos as you always would. But if you're on the normal end of YouTube, which is, like, things like just normally, like, surfing it and looking at videos, it has a completely different page setup now. It's not really much different at all, but still, it's really annoying that the entirety of the platform is not uniform. They do that a lot, actually. I don't think it's ever been fully uniform. Like, they'll update one partially, and then the other one will, like, update, and then the other one's always constantly behind it for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe one is, like, a beta version of the other. I'm not quite sure exactly how they have it set up, but regardless, it's always different. It's odd. Anyways, let's go get a, Salinas down. I mean, not Salinas. I almost just called her King Salinas. Let me go throw a Divine Isabella, get an Infernus, and that's that. And now we just need to kill him with another Infernus, and down he goes. Oh, never mind. He almost got us with that, famine there. Yeah, Gems of War is pretty fun. Definitely very addicting. Oh, did you get here from all of the RuneScape stuff? Because that's the only other thing I've been covering lately. There's still been a video I've been meaning to do that I haven't gotten around to record the last clips for it. Mainly because it takes several hours to do so, and I just haven't had the free time to do it all in one sitting. Because I would need to do it in one sitting due to how it is. But I've been meaning to make a ring imbuing guide on old school RuneScape. Because it's a lot different on old school RuneScape than it is on RuneScape 3. It's a lot more annoying. Well, not annoying. It's actually really AFK if you're using a main account, though. If you're using a lower level account, it's annoying. I've been meaning to make a guide on how to do that, because I notice every guide that's on YouTube is all higher level stuff. It doesn't show how to do it on lower level accounts at all, which is kind of important because pures and PK builds normally need the imbues. Anyways, let me go throw the Divine down, get that going. Yeah, Gems of War is a really, really addicting game. It's on pretty much every platform. It's on PC, on Steam, it's on every mobile version, it's on console, and it's on both the console versions. Well, PS4 and Xbox One. It's currently not on Switch. They were talking about maybe getting it on, though I think their plans slightly shifted and they're not trying anymore. But they did make mention of it like last year that they were going to attempt it, but then never did. But yeah, it's on every other platform other than Switch. But we'll go and into the fire bombs, which is this one. I should have switched into the event troop for the week. We could have gotten free glory off this. Oh well. It's only a small amount of glory. Won't matter much. I think we have plenty. We have, like, how even big is our glory pile these days? I'm saving it mainly for 10-star kingdoms when they come around, but let me see. Kind of curious. Also, let me give out a redeem code. I still haven't done one yet. I'll give out another redeem code a little bit later in the stream. What do we have? What do we have? Let's go do this on... Oh, wait, we have Divine Isabella. Let me just go for that. I don't even know why I'm thinking it out. We're against, like, the weakest team in the game. Deliberately weak to try to get wins. Or loses, I mean, so that it can utilize those for extra rewards. But, I still don't understand why losing is better than winning in PvP. But anyways, down it goes. Farish Ra for your birthday? I wish. I actually do have enough Farish Ra's that I have spears now. I even asked the devs if I could, like, give out one of my plagues when I had a bunch of them. When Plague first came out, I ended up getting, like, 4 of them. Not even deliberately. I was trying to get, like, 2 or 3, but then I ended up getting 4, and then afterwards I got, like, 8. I think I might have the most plagues in the entire game. 8 plagues. I definitely have one of the highest, that's for sure. But yeah, I have a ridiculously high amount of plagues, and yeah. I could give a single... I could give, yeah, well, obviously, we have 8. I was gonna say we give, like, a single person, like, as many as we have, but you know what I mean, like 4. But, yeah, we have way too many plagues. I think it's the highest amount of mythics of any mythic I have. Let me see, how high are we on the mythics currently? If we go under base rarity. Let's see, we have a 4. How many do we have that are 4+? We have 1. Not that many, actually. We have 1, 2... 3. And I somehow passed Plague, which is 4. There he is, 4. So yeah, we have 4 troops that are, or 4 mythics that are 4 copies or above. That's kind of fitting. 4 with over 4. Anyways, oh yeah, there's our glory stash. Wow. 415,000. I've never reached that high. Any glory amount we have is the highest I've ever reached in the history I've been playing this game. But yeah, we're starting to get really high. We might even get 1 million eventually, though. I think 1 million takes, like, another year. So we're probably not going to be reaching 1 million, because by the time 1 year passes, I'll probably be to the point where I'm going to be spending it. The reason I have so much piled right now is I'm barely spending any of it. But give it, like, another year once 10-star kingdoms start coming in. That pile is going to dwindle down to, like, 100,000 pretty quickly. But yeah, for now, we still keep stockpiling. I want to get at least 500,000 before we start dumping it all, if we can. I don't even know if anyone has currently hit 500,000. Pretty sure some people have, because there are definitely a lot of people playing way more than we do. That is for sure. Hey, a Valraven. Almost forgot that's a thing. But, yeah, there's a Valraven. It's not a real Valraven, obviously. It's just a player-owned Valraven, but Valraven nonetheless. Stop complaining. I'm not complaining. I know, some people don't have, like, any mythics at all. It's, it just comes down basically to luck most of the time. It does come down to luck. That or having a lot of resources, but obviously more so luck. We have managed to get every mythic when it was released, though. Hasn't been a single mythic I haven't gotten upon release. Some of them costed us way too many resources, but so far every single one we've gotten on release and done a video on. So we're pretty lucky in that respect. And the last few we've gotten pretty early too. Like the most recent one, didn't we get it within 50? Pretty sure we got it within 50 gem keys, which is very above average as far as luck. You have 4 Gargantars? Ouch, yeah. Gargantar's one of the worst ones. At least some of them it's kind of nice to have 4 of, like obviously Fairshra. One of them I crafted though, like the 4th one. But the other 3 I got naturally, surprisingly. 1 during the event, actually I believe 2 during the event, and then 1 afterwards. And then the 4th one was crafted. Any tips you think be useful for a new Gems of War player? As far as Gems of War, when you're first starting out, you want to try getting yourself into a guild immediately. Doesn't matter how big of a guild it is. Just get yourself into one for just starting out. Just because you get some free resources from it. Well, I say small, but still, just some kind of guild that has some amount of active players in it. That's like extremely casual. You can pretty much just find this by clicking on their guild. And then, oops, that's not where it goes. If you click on guild, there'll be like an option to search for guilds, and just go into basically any one that looks like it has a decent amount of people in it. Doesn't matter how good it is, just get into one. From there, you just kind of want to sit there while you go and complete out Broken Spire. Once you've completed out Broken Spire, you now have access to one of the best soul gaining methods, or really the best soul gaining method as a newer player, which would be Arena underneath games. It's basically just a drafting system where you pick a bunch of troops, you choose a hero weapon, you reorder them however you need, you choose your weapon, and just go from there and just do a bunch of battles. These are a little bit harder when you're first starting out because you don't have any really good weapons, but once you get a hang of it, you can very easily win 8 times in a row, and doing so gives a pretty competent amount of souls, as well as some other resources. And even though it shows a gold key right here, it actually gives you glory keys, which are pretty nice. So Arena's really decent for earlier on in the game to kind of farming up souls and such. Other than that, your main objective is, beyond that point, is mainly mess around with PvP. Try to win most of your 1 and 2 trophies. 3 trophies are normally too hard early on in the game, though you could scout them out and see if they're worth doing. But 1 and 2 trophies mainly. This is the best way of gaining gold always, is PvP. And you just gain a bunch of gold and try leveling up all your kingdoms. Kingdoms can be leveled. I can't actually show that because I've maxed out every kingdom. But if you go under the kingdom page, there'll be a way to level it here. You see right now it says max kingdom level, but if you're not currently max level, you can go and level it here for gold. You want to start off as your main objective when first starting out, to try to get every single kingdom. Well, first things first, actually unlock every single kingdom in the game. That would be the first thing. I think you can do that about at level 30 or so. But then after that, you want to go and start leveling all of them to level 3 and then to level 10. The main reason you want to get them all to level 10 is because each kingdom that you max out gives you additional stats, and these base stats will help you get into mid-game pretty well. The first kingdoms you want to do are all the ones with the magic symbol here. You want to go for the magic and attack kingdoms first. All the magic kingdoms are Bladed Lands, Darkstone, Karkaroth, Zolkari, and Silverglade. And all the attack kingdoms are... Why do I always forget the attack kingdoms? It is... Blackhawk, Wild Plains, Pride... Wait, Wild Plains? Yes. Sorry. Blackhawk, Wild Plains, Pride Lands, Forest of Thorns, and Suncrest. So again, that is Forest of Thorns, Suncrest, Wild Plains, Blackhawk, and Pride Lands. I don't know why I always forget the attacks. But yeah, those are the 5 attack kingdoms. And those are the 10 kingdoms you should be focusing on first as far as leveling them and all that. Oh, and we just got the event done. 120 free gems. Very nice. Really easy event this week as well. And that's done with. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much everything you really need to know for the most part as starting out, as far as the main things you go for early on in the game. Other than that, some things you should be wary of is doing quests when you're first starting out in Gems of War is actually really bad. The main reason for this is PvP and Arena, the two main things that you want to be farming as a newer player. They are both somewhat dependent on what you get matched with in PvP is based on your level. So if you're a higher level from doing a bunch of quests, you're going to be at a slight disadvantage in those game modes. It's just going to make it needlessly harder. One other nice thing to do as a newer player, which I actually didn't mention, is Treasure Hunt minigame. Treasure Hunt, you get random maps. You can also buy them through Glory if you want. But maps are used to play the Treasure Hunt minigame, and it gives a pretty decent amount of rewards as a newer player. They're generally pretty nice to do. They give no leveling, so they keep you at a low level, which is good for PvP and Arena and stuff. And it gives a okay amount of resources. It's also one of the best resource gains you can get before you have any of the better armors. Oh, and that's the other thing I forgot to mention. As a newer player, you do want to rush towards getting an armor. There are several armors that can be obtained through the little armor thingy. I think they're actually purchased within the hero page these days. They used to be purchased in the shop, but now they're just in the other page. But let me go to them real quick as soon as we finish this battle. But you want to try getting either one of the 50 armors initially, or save all the way for one of the 500 gem armors, like Dragon Armor or something, because of the bonuses that they give. They're very helpful. There is a $50 pack in this game of the Death Knight armor, which is actually the best armor in the game. But if you plan on playing free-to-play, or mostly free-to-play, and don't intend to get this armor, which is this one, which costs $50, then your main game plan when first starting out is to buy either the Assassin armor or Dwarven armor, both of which only cost 50 gems, and then go all the way to the Dragon armor or Celestial armor. Personally, I go for Dragon armor first, because when you're first starting off, Dragon armor, the 100% gold bonus that it has is quite viable, and you definitely want to go and focus that down. The armor is pretty decent, and you do want to get it eventually if you have no intention on getting Death Knight, but it's not as needed. You use it mainly in Arena or when you're soul farming. This armor you pretty much always keep on, though, the Dragon armor, because you'll need it to try to reach guild minimums once you get to bigger guilds that have higher gold requirements, as well as just getting your kingdoms upgraded in general for that initial push. Let's see. Any good teams with war? Basically anything with Queen Jezebel. Right? Yes, Jezebel. Basically anything with Queen Jezebel, and that's about it. I wouldn't really bother with much else other than that. You forgot the code? Oh, I mentioned the code and then didn't decode because someone asked about the thing, like how to start as a newer player. Also, I think I missed some questions during that as well. Let me see. Are you the only one that opens keys only on Mythic Weeks? No, I do the same thing. Most late game peoples do that. Earlier on in the game, you pretty much just open everything as soon as you get it, aside from event keys. But later in the game, you tend to save every single key for certain times. As far as when you save keys for, gold keys are normally saved for new kingdoms. Glory keys, the same thing, new kingdoms. Gem keys are saved for new mythics or new kingdoms. Event keys are saved for new legends under event keys. Guild keys are generally saved for the same thing gem keys are, which are new kingdoms or for mythics. And VIP keys are used basically exclusively only for mythics, because that's the only time when it's really decent to actually try to throw them down. Let's see. Okay, let me go give out the code before I read through the rest of the chat that I might have missed. Because I did mention that and then didn't even give it out. And we'll have another one a little bit later during the stream as well. Actually, by a little bit later, I mean probably like another half an hour almost, because I'm giving this one out pretty late. Actually, normally I give it out a lot earlier than this. Let me go and give it out. Let me double check that it works. Mark it, all that kind of good stuff. Oops, I put an equal sign next to it. I always put like the little minus dash thingy. Let me go put that there 1 second. Need to go test it to make sure it actually works. That is important. Can't give out a code that's completely dead? That would not be that useful now, would it? Okay, let me go put that there. Come on, code. Put that there, boom. Paste, paste. I'm not a robot. And does it work? Answer is yes, it does work. Okay, let me go post this in the chat. Let me go post it below me for everyone getting here after the fact. And we'll be good to go. Okay, let me go put this below me. Redeem code, redeem code. Where is it? There it is. Boom. Put that in right there. And we're good to go. Okay, let me center that a little bit. Also, thank you, Enduro, for desubscribe. Oops, that's kind of blocking the code I just posted now, too. I forgot, it kind of goes, like, right there. That's funny. I would put in the code, like, this exact second that you go do that. It's pretty funny. Anyways, let me go click OK on that so it saves it. And there we go. Okay, there's the code for everyone who wants to go use it. gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. I'm also going to copy paste into chat for any of you that just want to do it that way. A lot more convenient just copy pasting it. Link is also right there. Either go to gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section or click the link. This only works on PC and mobile, but your invite code can be found underneath your settings. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is of course the one that says redeem code, or is the one, excuse me, posted in chat. They can just copy paste, and it just gives this standard small reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And we'll have another one a little bit later. And let's just go see what we get from the 1 gem key. Anything good? We opened 2 earlier and it was completely useless. And another runic. Well, that's better than getting a useless ultra rare. I actually do prefer the runic, so there we go. Anyways, that's that. I'll have another one a little bit later on. If you guys have anything else you want me to go over, just let me know. And let me read through the rest of the stuff to see if I missed anything. I wonder if new players that have no hero weapons get obliterated in arena now because of Dawnbringer. Yes, but you don't see Dawnbringers until a while. You don't start seeing Dawnbringer until you're around level 300, I want to say. And by that point, you probably have a real soul farming team and don't even need to do arena anymore. Not like you even would be able to, because if you do start reaching the point where you see Dawnbringers and you don't have a Dawnbringer or a runic blade, you're pretty much out of luck and might as well not even play arena. But no, it's not until about level 300 or so are you really locked out of arena. Because no one that low of a level would really have a Dawnbringer. Because at around level 300, you start seeing like about level 500, 600, maybe 700s. And those people might have Dawnbringer. But when you're around, like, let's say level 100 or 200, highest you're going to see is maybe 500 at best. And a good majority of those people, unless they're like pay to win or something, most likely do not have a Dawnbringer. But yeah, it's very, very unlikely. You'd have to have accumulated a lot of resources to be able to do that. And the realistic person, like 99% of the people you will be seeing, would not have done it that early. I think the average level that a person gains a Dawnbringer as like 1,000 or something. So you're not going to be seeing it much at lower level ranges. Because Arena is pretty good at, for the most part, at balancing you against someone somewhat close to your level, normally. I haven't played it for a little while, so I don't know how good it is these days, but more often than not, it's within about 100 level range or less. More often than not. Okay, we'll go through an furnace down and that'll be that. How long does it take the code last? The code lasts for a certain amount of claims. They don't like me saying how many claims that is, so I can't specifically say it. But it's enough that it will last for about 15 minutes with how many viewers we normally have. I can say that much. But yeah, it doesn't last that long. It's a certain amount of claims, and that certain amount of claims is only a few hundred. And it's, yeah, doesn't really get that far. Let's see. We'll go and throw that down. Not sure if they're going to be expanding in the future, because the game has grown quite a bit and still keeps growing. So, would make sense if they kind of increased it slightly. But I'm glad that they even give it to begin with, so I normally don't really bother them much about it. Let's see, we'll go move that. Take the other one. Get the Infernus down. And get a Mercy. Go grab that. What else do we need down here? Well, we don't have any alignment or anything else. We'll just go throw an Infernus at him and go from there. Oh yeah, no problem, Frostbite. And if anyone else has any other questions or anything, let me know. I'll definitely make sure to cover it all. Go take that. Oh, and we already won. Whoops. We accidentally won. Hey, we even got a map too. Wow, we keep getting a lot of maps. I don't even need these maps because we already have like all of them we'll ever need, but still. And let me go switch into the extra glory thing. Because I do need to make sure we get a little bit extra glory. Why not? We're pushing to 500,000. The more glory we can get, the better. And no problem for the code as well, everyone. You tried arena at level 250. Everyone had a Dawnbringer. Total... Really? I wouldn't have expected people to have it that early. What levels were you up against? It could be that people are starting to rush it. Because one thing that might be happening, reason why you might be seeing it, is some people might be aware of how good arena is at farming souls. If you have 0 fair Shraz but have a Dawnbringer, the arena is the highest amount of souls you can gain in the entire game. If you have a Dawnbringer but no fair Shra, there is no soul farming method quicker than doing arena with a Dawnbringer. So it could be lower level players kind of being aware of that, rushing to a Dawnbringer, and then tearing apart and getting a lot of souls that way. Because you can get about 25,000 souls per hour with a Dawnbringer in arena. You can even get up to about 30,000 if you can get really, really quick wins. Though more realistically, it averages more towards about 22,000 to 25,000 or so with a Dawnbringer. And the earlier you would have that Dawnbringer, would probably increase that number by a slight amount, maybe even beyond 30,000, since you'd be up against people that don't have any Dawnbringers. If you're like a level, like let's say 300 with a Dawnbringer somehow. But yeah, it could be people aware of that and just rushing it up. Because Dawnbringer, the only real big cost with Dawnbringer is souls. Every other component of Dawnbringer is pretty easy to get. You can get it in a couple weeks. It's only the soul aspect of it that takes forever and a half. But if someone's willing to take the time to farm those souls, then yeah, it takes like about 60 hours. It takes a very long time. With normal soul farming teams that you have early on in the game without using the more efficient teams, it takes about 50 to 60 hours to farm a Dawnbringer. Of course, that could be reduced by other rewards that you get, because that's just counting actual soul farming. Because, of course, obviously you get souls by other means too, not just from soul farming. You get them passively through your guilds and just doing normal battles and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, just actual soul farming, if you were to do it the entire time, takes about 60 hours or so as a newer player. And there are some people that are willing to invest that much time to get the best early game soul farming method. Takes a lot of dedication to take that much time to do it, but there are people out there willing to do such. Even at level 600, you only see Dawnbringer in about 1 in 6. Yeah, it's not until, like I mentioned, 1,000 plus where you really see a lot of it. Because most people aren't going out of their way to do that. What most people do their souls for initially is, for one, obviously getting their teams up. You need to get some basic teams leveled until you have several. Though you could normally do that by about level 100, having all the teams you'll really need kind of situated. But then from there, people level them up to try to get kingdom stars, like 3-star and 5-star kingdoms. Because leveling is one of the easiest ways, like leveling everything within their troop is one of the easier ways to kind of start getting that up. And that's one of the other things that people tend to like to use it for, because that will overall net you more resources than getting like a Dawnbringer. Because if you end up increasing your tribute chances and stuff like that, just from passively playing, you're gaining even more resources over time. And there's some people that play it on mobile that have it like down to the T, and they'll like click the game like every single hour to go claim their tribute. I'm not sure if there's anyone who still does that, but I'm pretty sure there are. Like people who have a high tribute chance that go and claim their tribute literally every single hour just to gain the reward. I could never be that dedicated and do that. That seems like too much effort just to claim a little bit of extra rewards, but there are some people that end up doing that. I would gain a lot of resources if I actually did that. Normally I only claim my tribute anywhere from about 3 to 6 times a day, though technically it is possible, assuming you're sleeping normal-ish hours, to do it about 15 times a day, which I end up getting a lot of resources actually every time I take tribute. Actually, I'll go show it like next time I take my tribute. It's if we get like on average I get like 8 times or so, and even the tribute like that, even though that's just the average, is pretty high as far as the resources we get. We'd get 7 gems from that. We'd get 14 gold keys. We get a bunch of gold souls and gold souls and glory. And yeah, it starts stacking up over time. Those for sure. Okay, let's get a not a mercy. I need to get the final bit of mana on him. He doesn't want to get full mana. This battle's been going really weirdly, even though it's really easy. It's mainly because that Corvash he ends up getting really ruined us. Did he really just summon a tall? Well, at least he didn't mass summon. He actually has the chance to summon a 1 to 3. and he only summoned one, so I guess we got really lucky there. But still, yeah, move that over, throw a Grigoltha at it. Arena for trophies? Yes, Arena is actually the best way in the game also to gain trophies. Which is kind of weird. But yeah, it is better than PvP these days to gain trophies. I normally don't do it for trophies just because I prefer just kind of staying in PvP. But yeah, you can just run in through it with Dawnbringer and get... I think it's... I forget how many trophies it was per hour. Wasn't it 240 or something? It was somewhere around 200. It was some kind of number in the 200s. I forget exactly what it was last time I checked it. But it's definitely a really decent amount of trophies per hour. I think PvP is only around 180 or so, if I'm not mistaken, on average. That's about 2 wins per minute. I mean, that's about, I wish. That's about 1 win every 2 minutes, I mean. What's Ra's kingdom? Ra's kingdom is Kedar. Fairish Ra, he's from the Kedar kingdom. Actually, I believe Kedar is coming around the corner as well. Kedar will be available in, I believe it's in like a few weeks. Let me double check. The page is loading. The next Kedar event is April 9th. So Fairish Ra will be in the event key drop pool on April 9th, and for that entire week. There aren't really too many other good drops within the drop pool, but if you wanted to test your luck to try to get a Fairish Ra, and you didn't want to have to go out of your way to craft them, that would be the time to do so. But yeah, I don't think anything else is really good within that kingdom to really get. There's Keeper of Souls, which is a good skull spammer, but these days doesn't really get used. There's Bone Dragon, who got nerfed into the ground, is basically useless these days. But yeah, Fairish Ra is about the only really viable thing within this kingdom. If we go over to Kedar, and nothing new and interesting. Well, there's some new things coming into it, but none of them really worth going out of your way for. But yeah, there's only ever about 2 troops that are ever used from this kingdom. It's Azurus and Fairish Ra. I guess technically there's about 5, 6. I don't know. It depends what you really look at. Alistair is useless. Anobite Warrior is useless other than in Arena. Azurus is used for soul farming teams, particularly with Dragon Soul. Basilite Priestess is just 110% useless. I'm not quite sure what they were thinking when they initially made that and the Mummified King. They both came out at the same time. This thing transforms green gems to purple, and if any ally has a death mark on it, it then transforms all yellows to skulls. So basically a double convert. But it's so hard to get that because it requires being death marked. So you deliberately have to death mark yourself. Mummified King does a horrible amount of damage and then death marks himself, which is one of the worst troops in the entire game, which is just pitiful. Other than that, Bone Dragon used to be used for scroll spam, is kind of unique in that it has freeze. One interesting thing about the interaction with his final trait is that if someone hits you with an extra turn skull, they will lose their turn. Normally, they would actually keep their turn through other effects, but they lose it because, for whatever reason, it still applies to their skull. Normally, it takes the extra turn, it counts as an extra turn, and then it freezes. But in the case of this one trait, it does it in the opposite order, where it freezes it first, and then it counts the extra turn, which then gets denied by the freeze that just got placed on them. So kind of interesting in that regard. But his ability is just useless these days. It's a really small armor tier, creates a bunch of skulls, and then gains armor. And if they don't have any armor at all, you gain barely any skulls, you only get the 9. Bone Scorpion, basically used for nothing. Keeper of Souls is the transformed version for skulls, basically like how Valkyrie, Apothecary, and all those are, except for skulls. There are some instances where he's okay, but these days not really used for anything. Nekriza is basically useless because Azura exists. She was the first Dispel ever added to the game, but now there's better Dispels, so you don't really ever need her. Fairish Ra is obviously the main thing you'd want if you were opening event keys here. He is the best soul gainer in the game. He's also one of the best single shot troops in the game, so there's a lot going for him. But he's really one of the only really viable thing. Revenant is useless. Set-type Warrior is used almost exclusively only with Rowan, and that's about it. Not really many other things you use it for. Maybe with Guard's Avatar and other stuff, but more often than not only used with Rowan. Skeleton, even though I personally don't use it much, is pretty decent. It creates 7 skulls, gains a bunch of armor, and then gains an automatic extra turn. It's the only thing that creates skulls that has an automatic extra turn on it. There are things that can easily still gain an extra turn that creates skulls, but he's the only one that does it automatically, which is kind of cool. Which is weird because he's a common, yet he's the only one that has that functionality. But yeah, there are some unique commons out there, and he's definitely one of them. War Sphinx has Impervious. That's about the only thing going for it. It does have an extra turn shuffle, which is kind of interesting, but more often than not, it's kind of useless. And then there's White, which is basically just early game souls. And yeah, that basically leaves his entire kingdom to 2 troops, as I mentioned, and that is Azurus and Ferashra. Every other thing is basically useless within the kingdom for the most part, and maybe Setite Warrior very occasionally. Yeah, that's pretty much the kingdom in a nutshell. Nothing too special. I'll go take the blue down. Let's see. At work, and you set countdown timer and claim tribute every hour. Ah, nice. Yeah, I used to set that while I was in college, actually. Not while specifically at college, but, you know, like once I got home. While I was just kind of relaxing, I actually set up a timer, and it would go off every single hour, and I would go and claim my tribute every single hour, which is kind of funny. I stopped doing that after a few months, though. I did it initially when it first launched, and then kind of stopped soon after, because it just felt like I was wasting too much time for the reward. These days, I would get even more reward for doing it, though, if I was to do such a thing. Actually, I didn't even double check. What, do we have our tribute yet at the moment? I want to go see. Of course, he gets to Devour. I saw that coming from a mile away. But we'll go and throw the Infernus down. Looks like he's definitely going to devour our useless troop. But down it goes. Okay, anyways. Let me go and see if we have a tribute. Yeah, we gain a lot if we were to actually do it every hour. Like, right here. Look at what we'll end up getting. If I go click this. Let's see. Oh, only oh, it would prove me wrong. I only got a 4 tribute. That's actually really below average. But even so, for a tribute that small, we're getting about 2,000 gold, a little bit less because I automatically get that extra gold per hour thingy. But yeah, we got about 2,000 gold, 3 gems, 150 souls, 52 glory, and 6 gold keys. And this was when it was a bad tribute as well. This is like one of the worst tributes we would ever actually get. So this is a pretty bad example of it. But yeah, we can gain a lot of resources per hour just from clicking the little thingy. Because of how high our tributes are. Especially once we start getting more 9-star kingdoms. 9-star kingdoms end up giving that extra % chance, which is kind of nice. Once we get over here. Triple tribute chance is what we get at 9-star. Wait, we're only 4 things away? Is there any way I can get 4 more for Pride Lands? We're basically right on top of a level. Troops, Pride Lands. Oops, that's not how you go to Pride Lands. Pride Lands, Pride Lands, Pride Lands. How close are we? Let's see. Oh no, it's not gonna be possible. Oh no, I could. If I leveled everything in the kingdom, I need 4 more levels. 1, 2... Yeah, we need Spirit Main to be higher. Yeah, we need to... I don't know. We're so close. We're so close on it, but I don't have it. We'd get an extra 10% on it. It's not that big a deal, but I don't think I could get that last little bit of leveling. I would need almost everything in the kingdom, like max level. I need to get 4 more levels. So there's 3 more levels we could get there, 1 more level there, 2 more levels there, and 1 more level there. Actually, that one's probably the closest to getting up. But yeah, I don't even think Spirit Main's in the draw pool at the moment. We'll have to wait like a couple weeks. Rift Links and the Spirit Main, I believe, are coming in a draw pool at the same time, or about the same time. So I'll probably be able to get those, as well as Stone Shaker, all at the same time and get those upgraded, and just go down that way. Anyways, we'll worry about that later. Anyways, back to PvP. Keep going on our glory farm. And we'll have another redeem code soon-ish. And I'll probably be ending out in the next hour, probably on the hour. And then we'll be heading back with Puzzle Quest a little bit later today. And then, of course, later tonight, in about 8 hours from now, we'll be doing the Gems of War raids for the night. And just kind of messing around with those. And getting completely crushed in one-shot kills. You got nearly 170 event keys and nearly 150 gems to spam for that raw. Well, I guess you could technically get them off of gem keys, though the chance that you get it off of gem keys is ridiculously small. Because you have a 1 in however many mythics there are in the game. It's not going to be unique that week. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a specific mythic within the draw pool during that week in a gem keys. So you wouldn't even have a chance of getting Fair Trust. Oh, oops. I'm shaking this and I just got apple cider on myself. Luckily, it was only like a single drop, but still. Fail. Luckily, I'm wearing a robe right now, so I can easily clean this robe. Luckily, it didn't get on my actual shirt. There we go. That's the last of it. Anyways. What was I just mentioning? Oh, yeah. During that week, there's actually going to be a specific mythic within the draw pool. So, you would not be able to get it off the gem keys. Event keys you would be able to, though. But the gem keys you would not. Alright, we'll go and move that over. Get an Furnace down. Go from there. Get the Mercy in there, because why not? Move that down. Get the Infernus. Good to go. CSA, have a good night. Have a good day. Are you better off opening the gem keys now then? If you specifically want Fair Shra, then yeah, pretty much right now. Or waiting until maybe a little bit later. Really just depends on what you're seeking to do out of it. But, yeah, now is okay the time to do it if you really wanted to. I'd probably wait just a little while though, because, oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say, because of raid troops, I mean, because of bounty hunter troops. Bounty hunter troops would be in glory keys and gold keys. So you actually wouldn't be able to get them off of gem keys and such. So, with that being said, yeah, save your glory keys for sure. But as far as gem keys, yeah, you can pretty much just throw them now, I guess, then. Wouldn't be too bad to throw them now. If you're specifically wanting to try to randomly get a fair shot of them. Though do keep in mind, you're almost like 100% chance, like 99.999% chance not going to get a fair shot from opening those keys. And you'd probably just be better off saving for event keys or for when he goes into Soulforge. What do we even need to move? Go move that one over. Get the blue. Oh, I ruined my extra turn that was right over here. Thought it would still stay in place. What's the max diamonds we can get in a week? That varies some because of the game modes of raids and invasions. It also depends if you're actually purchasing stuff as well, as far as how many you can get in a week. But realistically, I think it's somewhere around 200 or so. As far as how many diamonds you get through everything. Not counting your guild. Counting your guild is more like 325 or something. But it really just depends what factors you're considering. I believe the absolute max is like 500 if you were doing like purchases and every possible like purchase option and stuff like that. But I believe realistically it's somewhere around like 350, counting all guild possibilities as well as the normal amount that you would get from playing the minigame. Yeah, it's a pretty bad idea trying to target a troop with only with only gem keys. With event keys, you could kind of get away with it. Definitely not so much with gem keys, though. Your browser crashed? I had that issue earlier, too. Yeah, I've been noticing that lately with Chrome. It sometimes just likes to randomly crash for no reason. Even when I barely have any tabs open. It's been acting strange lately. Might be something with Windows 10 or something, I'm not sure. That, or maybe I haven't updated it. Do you actually have to update your browsers? Because I haven't updated this browser for like 2 years. That could also be why. Because if you need to update browsers, then I haven't done mine like ever, almost. I think I did it once. And I don't think it auto-updates. It's one of the few things I have that doesn't actually auto-update. Or I don't think it auto-updates. I'll go and throw a Infernus down. Trying to farm gems in Treasure Hunt? Yeah, it takes forever to do so, but you can do so. It can vary quite a bit too, but it's somewhere around about 20 to 50 gems per hour or so by farming gems in Treasure Hunt. Though you can also get a bunch of keys, which in theory, technically is also like farming gems. Because if you're getting something like we did earlier, 2 gem keys, that's about 18 less gems than we need to throw later on. Even though it's technically not gems, it technically is because that's less gems that we will need later. Okay, I have no way of killing this. Actually, there is one way. We'll throw Divine Isabella. And there we go. Ha, we do have a way. And then it goes, and then it dies off a burn and the skull things. Hello, Traylin. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Chrome settings help. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't realize there was a little thing I could go under. But yeah, I'll go check that later to make sure. Because I definitely want auto updates on, that is for sure. Anything that can auto update is good. I wish my streaming program would too. Sometimes actually why it's a little bit buggy and not wanting to work as well is actually because I don't always update it. I've been meaning to. There's actually a current... I'm not even running the most current version of the streaming software right now. Normally it's fine and the older versions are stable. But if you wait like too long, like months of a time, without updating it, it can get... it can start slowing down and having a lot of weird issues. I normally update it about once a month or whenever they actually have an update. It's just you have to manually do it. It doesn't automatically do it. Let's see. We'll have to go and throw that down. Go and throw the Mercy in. Take the blue, get the skull, get the Infernus down. And we'll throw that into the Browns. Get the Infernus again. Nice little map. We get a lot of maps today, even though we don't really need them, but say, maps are maps. We'll go grab that down. Oops, come on. Get that. See if we can get like a Mercy or something. And what else? What else? We'll just go take a skull. Grab that down. See if we can get like an Infernus down, and it's pretty much matched. Maybe like one skull poke or something. And we'll kill it out. If he'll let us, maybe. If he will let us have a turn, would be good. And down it goes. You've noticed when playing Treasure Hunt, the final frame that displays rewards, it does not show the right info, like number of moves made. Anyone else have this problem? You play on mobile. I haven't really paid really big attention to it, but I believe it's been showing the correct numbers. Though I don't play much Treasure Hunt to really know. Very, very rarely do I play Treasure Hunt. Actually, this entire stream, I think we only played like one battle of it, just because there isn't really much a need to. Unless it's specifically the event for playing Treasure Hunt, then I'll probably play it a bunch. But on most other times, I don't really bother with it. Also, they did mention, even though they haven't had the event yet, that they are going to be keeping the amount of battles the same. In the most recent patch, they basically increased the amount of battles you have to do for everything in order to get the better rewards. But in the case of Treasure Hunts, they left it at the exact same, but are still giving better rewards, apparently. Or supposedly. We haven't actually seen it happen yet, but once the event rolls over, we'll see exactly if that is true. But yeah, if a Treasure Hunt event comes around, it should require the same amount of battles like it always has been, but it will give the better rewards, like every other thing has been doing now. So we'll see what happens with that once it comes around. We'll go through an Infernus here. That should kill. Oh wow, it actually hit everything except him. Luckily, he's still dead. And down it goes. Even if we did an extra turn here, he still would have died to burn. Burn triggers before his trait. Burn and poison both trigger before their traits. So if they have some kind of trait like death where it gains HP, the damage applies before the heal. Okay, we'll go and we'll just move that skull over. Heal for that, get a Mercy, go from there. Move that, move that. Throw an Infernus down. Did we get this? Yeah, sure, why not? Get that down. Skull, skull. See if we have any alignments here. Not really. Move that down. Get the Infernus. And go grab that. Please cast. There we go. And Infernus for the kill. And down it goes. It shows like you finished the quest, but not how many moves you had. Is that what it's doing? That's kind of odd. I didn't even notice that when we did it earlier. Let's go do a map real quick and see. Let me just finish it as quickly as possible. I'm not even going to bother playing it out. Let's go and just get it done real quick just so I can see it. Take whatever moves we see. Don't even pay attention to it. Whatever we see first, just take it. Doesn't matter what it is. But that'd be amazing if we get like a vault just from randomly take. I actually have had that almost happen. I got like 3 red chests next to each other just from randomly taking whatever I see immediately. Just trying to take the quickest possible move that's available. It happens sometimes. Actually, there we go. We already got 1 red chest. It really just shows how luck-based this minigame can be sometimes. It is somewhat skill-based as well. It's about 75% skill, 25% luck, maybe even more on luck. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. But yeah, you can get just pure luck out of it sometimes. Anyways, was this the number you were referring to? Let's see. 29 turns. Oh, I forgot to check how many turns we had. I think that shows everything correctly, right? That seems correct. Everything that's showing right now. I don't see anything that looks off. I don't know what you're referring to with it. Was there a different reward screen beforehand that I wasn't aware of? That I kind of just overlooked? But no, it looks exactly correct from what I can tell. Unless it's only an issue on mobile. Do it a second time? Yeah, that's how it always looks for me. The screen that just came up there. Oh, sometimes it doesn't? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll rush through a bunch of maps then and see what happens. We'll go do that after this battle. If nothing else, at least we get good value out of that. Rushing through maps this late in the game is actually the most efficient way to use maps. Because there's no value in playing it all the way out. You get much better value just from rushing through it as quickly as possible. Which is somewhat unfortunate that is currently the meta of how to play Treasure Hunt. But this late in the game, if you have like essentially infinite maps, that is the quickest way to actually gain resources. Of course, if you don't have essentially infinite maps, then it's better to play them out. But when you have several thousand maps, just rushing through them as quickly as possible on 4 times speed is the most efficient way of using them for resources per hour. I was hoping for an extra turn there. We didn't manage to get it. Actually, he might kill my Infernus. He just killed my Infernus. That's really bad. I think he just won. He doesn't double tap, though, I don't believe. So we'll go move that over. If he does, we're dead. Okay, good, he doesn't. Oh, we're still dead, though. He got everything. Rip. Rippity rip rip. Okay, let me go to Treasure Hunts. Hey, we still got 2 event gems, though. I'll take it. Anyways, let's go and head over to... what was the thing? Treasure Hunt. You're at about 4,300 and ranked in the 40s on raid leaderboard. Will that be enough to hold on the rewards for the week? Yes. You'll probably reach top 50 by with that amount, I would assume. Somewhere's around there. But yeah, you should be able to hold. Hard to tell slightly, but because anything could change, and other people playing and stuff like that. But yeah, I would assume that's definitely at least top 100. I mean, that's guarantee, yes, it's top 100. But it's probably top 50 as well. There's no way you're going to drop behind top 100, that is for sure, if you're already that high with that score. You should be safe in that regard. Top 50 doesn't really give much more of a reward, though. I think it gives, like, what, 25 gems? So it's not really that relevant on if you are or aren't above that threshold. I think the main thresholds that are really decent are getting into the standard top 100 as well as getting into top 20. And then basically everything above top 20. Because there's only a 25 gem difference between 100th to 51st and 50th to 21st. We're getting so many extra turns. I'm not even trying to get them. Let's see if we can move that over. Move that. Move that. Move that. That. Running out of quick moves. Got another red chest. Move that. Sure, we'll take that. Why not? Take that one. Another red chest. Come on, Volts! Randomly being taken. I could probably get it if I actually wanted to, but no, we're starting to lose too many turns already. It's not going to be possible. Here, have a green chest next to you. Anyways, let's see what screen comes up this time. Let's see. Nope, normal screen again. I don't know what screen you guys are referring to. Let me go play it one more time, just to see. But I'm not sure what you guys mean with like the different screen or whatever you were mentioning earlier. Seems to be doing the right thing every single time. I see no difference with anything there. It might just be a mobile issue or something. Because there are still sometimes platform-related glitches. While they are pretty rare, it does still happen. Let's see. We're gonna move that over. Get a little gold bag thing. Move that. Take that. Oops, that's not a move anymore because the other thing got moved. Move that down. That. I'm just trying to rush it, obviously, as quickly as possible. Not actually playing it out at the moment, just because I'm trying to test the thingy. Let's see. But if we see something, we'll take it. If we can see it quick enough. Come on, red chest. I think we're gonna hit a red chest every single time. Which isn't really that much, but still. Out of randomly taking it without even drawing. Let's see. Go move that. Oh no, we're not gonna hit a red chest unless I actually try to hit a red chest at this point. Which we're not trying to do. Okay, there we go. Oh, there it is. Quest Shentang. Yep, there it is. Facing your daemons. Shentang. Complete. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, never mind. It does work on PC mobile as well. I mean on PC as well. That's weird. Let me go screenshot that in case we report it later. I'm pretty sure it's already been reported, but that's funny. Yeah, I just brought up a quest facing the daemons from the other kingdom. Wonder what would happen if you actually didn't do the quest. Or maybe it just brings up your last quest that you did, because if I'm not mistaken, that's the most recent quest that we did from a quest line. Because that's the final quest within Shentang, if I'm not mistaken. But that would be funny if it brought up like a random quest that you didn't already do. Or something like that. That's odd. But yeah, I believe it just brings up whatever your most recent quest was. I think. Because from what I can tell, that is the last quest in the kingdom. Because it's facing your daemons. Because that means you're up against Yagwe in that battle. But anyways, yeah. That seems to be what it's doing. That's weird. Very weird. There's no way I can actually check that, though, because currently repeatable quests isn't a thing. It is something they're adding in the future. No, it doesn't even say what it is. But yeah, as you can see, the final battle was pretty Daemon-related for the final thing. I don't think it was specifically this, but it was something like that for the final battle within the kingdom, so that seems to be what it's doing. And it is the most recent kingdom added. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyways. Alright, we'll go throw a Mercy down. So annoying it had 200 move treasure map, wanted to screen, but nope. Aw, that's unfortunate. Well, you can still see the rewards if you screenshotted it. Yeah, that must be really annoying then. I've yet to have that happen to me, but that would definitely be annoying if it did. Like if I tried getting a screenshot for a video, it's like, oh, we went so far, and then it's like, oh, you just beat out a Shentang battle. It's like, wait, no, we didn't. It's not what I wanted. We'll go move that over. What else do we need? We'll go and do the Infernus down. Yeah, I have so many screenshots of this game. Many of which probably never even been shown anywhere, like on stream or anywhere. A good majority of them I will like post on forum and such, but a lot of them don't even do that. Like I think about only 5% of the screenshots I ever even take in this game I really show. And I still have some from when the game first started too. I have absolutely ancient screenshots from like the first days of the game release, like the first few weeks and stuff like that. Yeah, we have a lot of really dated stuff. We really wish I would have taken more screenshots then, because the game has visually changed so much since then. Would have never really expected it to have that big of a shift, but it's almost like not even recognizable, like how the game used to look compared to now. Well, it's still recognizable, but it has gone through some very drastic changes. Alright, we're gonna move that, throw some Infernus, go from there, move that down. Alright, go move that. Hit the Infernus. And what do we need? I guess we'll throw this down. Come on, cast. Get the poke, get the Mercy. Get the Infernus. And get our treasure gnome. Come on, Volky! And he dies to burn. Or skull, that works too. Come on, Volky! Let's see, not gold, not souls, not minor trait stones. Ah, useless gold again. So far we won 100 souls, 4,000 gold, 4,000 gold, 2,500, 2,500 is what we've gotten so far this week. How I have remembered that, I do not know. But I don't know how. That's really strange. Out of all the random things to remember, I'm actually remembering every gnome we've gotten this week. And those are the current 5 that we've gotten so far. So yeah, we've only gotten 5 gnomes this week. That's not too many. But then again, I've been counting it since Monday. It's technically 5 days. Well, I guess if you count today, then that's 6. But still, we haven't finished yet today. So if we can find another gnome, that'd be 1 gnome per day then, is about how many gnomes we're spotting. On a non-gnome event. Of course, on a gnome event, they appear a lot more often than that. What do we need here? We'll go through, I guess, Infernus down. What else do we need? Another Infernus. Grab that. See if we can get something else down. Let's do down like blues or something. Get a Mercy down. Get the Infernus, and we'll be good to go. If you guys have any other things you want me to go over, any other questions, let me know, and we'll definitely make sure to do so. Also, with that being said, let me go give out the other redeem code. The one below should be used up by now, I would assume. So let me go give out the other one. And that'll be the last one for today. And be the last one for the weekend as well, until Monday, that is. Okay, let me go hand that out right now. Let me go mark it, make sure we use it, all that. Is this the same one from before? Why does it feel like it's the same one from before? I don't think it is. But there's a possibility I forgot to click save. Let me see. Nope, it's a different one. Okay, so let me go make sure this one works. And go post that. Put that in there, boom. Put that there, boom. I'm not a robot. And redeem. There it is. It is successful. So let's go post this into the thing. Let me go post it below me. And then we'll go post it into chat for any of you that just want to copy paste it. And there it is. Already centered. Perfect. And there it is. Not going to bother trying to say it. I used to try saying them, but then it's just kind of pointless. Because with this copy pasting it, that's what a good majority of people I assume would do. So it's just a lot simpler doing it that way. Anyways, let me go copy paste this into chat so you guys can go do what I just said. And there you guys go. There's the redeem code for any of you that want to go use it. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. Only works on PC mobile. Your invite code can be found underneath the settings of any menu, or click escape if you're on PC. Brings you the same spot. But just go over there. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is what's posted below, as well as in the chat. And, well, actually, technically, both of them are below. Because technically chat's down there too. But, you know, chat's normally during the live stream to the right of the thingy. You guys know where chat is. But anyways, that gives the normal reward of not that. Of not 83 souls. It gives the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Let's see what we get from the 1 gem key. Anything? Probably not. Watcher, pretty useless. I'm not quite sure what they were doing with that when they initially made it. It only works on the effect that it does only ends up working. The drain only works if it if there's a stas effect already on the enemy. And it's pretty hard to do other than with poison. One interesting thing about this troop, though, which is kind of weird, it's the only troop in the game that does exactly 1 damage adjacent true damage, which is a really weird number to do. But, yeah, it's kind of strange. Anyways. Into the next battle. Up against some Great Maul. Not that great, because we'll actually get the Mercy before he even gets to do anything. A little bit strange team. Normally wouldn't really be used with that composition. I guess it kind of works. But we'll go through... What do we even need here? I guess we'll go for Infernus first, then we get the Divine, and then go from there. Oh, he better not get that Great Maul. I don't have anything immune to Devour. So that would be a very bad thing if he does end up getting it. What we need now is a Diviner on not red would be great. Problem is, we only have red as the option. I guess brown is a slight option as well, but... We could also just throw Divine Isabella now and hope we get lucky. But I don't think we have enough Cascades to really even attempt that. So I might just do this on brown and go from there. So we'll do that. That makes him miss still on Mercy, so that's perfect. And somehow we still don't have alignment. Oh, yes, we do. Never mind, we won. And that's match. Yeah, that's match. No way he's winning from there. Actually, I believe we even have another Divine, which is even more kill. And then we just move that over even easier. Take another one, even easier. Infernus dead. Good from there. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. Yeah, the codes are actually really huge when you're first starting out as well. Because it's, of course, a lot harder to accumulate resources when you're first starting out. Really wish there was a way to, like, put a level threshold on it. So, like, only the people below, like, level 200 or something could claim them. Because those are the main people that would actually gain the biggest benefit from the codes. Okay, anyways, go get the victory. And on to the next one. Also, we're already done with the event thing, too. We don't even need to really go farm anything other than PvP. Though then again, that is part of the event, too. But yeah, really, really easy event this week. If you haven't already done it, definitely highly advised. It takes under an hour if you go do it in, or maybe a little bit over an hour, like 2 hours or less if you do it in Explore. But it can be done in under an hour in Explore. If you can win consistently 4 wins per minute, or even 3.5 per minute, you can get the entire event done in about an hour or so, which is ridiculously quick. Of course, if you do it in PvP like we're doing and such, it does take quite a bit longer, but in Explore, if you really just want to grind it out, it doesn't take any time at all. Actually, I might even go do it on my other account just so we can go farm some. Because 120 gems and I think the 7 gem keys or something that gives definitely isn't that bad of resources for only like an hour. What do we even need? We'll go grab the yellow there, get the Infernus down. See if we can get this to align anywhere. It doesn't look like it. I think I throw blank Mercy, and then that gives us the ability to actually align something the following turn. So we'll do that, so we deliberately have a way of doing our next turn, which we'll do right now. Do that on the green. And we get an enchant. That's somewhat useful, given that we're not really getting much mana at the moment. But I guess we'll go try for the skull. Probably don't get it. Nope. But he doesn't go for a skull himself, oddly enough, though we would have cleansed it even if he did. We'll go throw Infernus there. What's the best Solzara team for soul farming? For earlier on in the game or just in general? Actually, I barely even know what that would be either way. Solzara is a really weird one to kind of build around. Because you can either go the deliberately try to damage her route, which more often than not later in the game you need to do, or you can just go the I assume that she'll be against a team that has higher HP build, in which you kind of just spam mana into her. But I normally just use like a standard Gorgoltha Solzara with her. Something like Gorgoltha, Dragon Soul, Solzara, all that kind of stuff. And just kind of use a standard team like that. Maybe with like a giant spider to mana generate for them and just kind of go that way. Just like pretty simple teams that are made around just giving it mana and going from there. And having a secondary soul farmer just in case. Because sometimes she just does not want to hit 3 times damage. It depends what you're up against, like I mentioned. It's mainly only used for against giant teams and goblin teams are about the only 2 things it's really used for later on in the game. Okay, please cleanse. Oh, we actually got it. That was amazing luck. 1 in 3 chance, and we got it. And still not win yet, but it's most likely a win because of that. And yeah, we did indeed win. No way it's coming back from that. But then again, actually could. 1 Dawnbringer would be enough to kill us. But we already have enough damage right there. So we just do that, and that's match. And down it goes. You just beat your defend in PvP. That reminded you that you are streaming right now. Oh, that's funny. What is my defend team right now? Actually, also, we just saw the little screen come up from you defeating us. It's funny. Yep, there you are, right? No. Is that you? It says 0 minutes ago. I don't know if that's you, though. That's kind of funny if it is. But yeah, there you are, if so. Not sure if that is. You played a lot this week, if so. Let's see. How many battles do we have in comparison? I think it's like 1/3 the amount of battles. Actually, even less than that. We have like 1/10 your amount of battles this week. Normally, on average, I do about, I think, 200 or so PvP battles or so. I think it's a little bit lower this week, but yeah, about 200 or so battles. What was I doing? I was looking for my defend. Oh, I'm using that standard team because someone wanted me to use it on defend or something. I think it was testing something with it. Forget exactly why it's my defend right now. But yeah, we just have that set as it. Oh, hey, another gnome. That's our 6th gnome. I was just saying, now that we're up to 1 gnome per day now. As far as gnomes. Well, not actually 1 gnome per day, but on average, throughout the week, we're on average 1 gnome per day. The last 2 days have actually been 2 gnomes each, but that was because we didn't get any gnomes the other days. Oh, gotta be careful. I need him not to actually invade the battle would be good. Just because I see a gnome, that doesn't mean we automatically get a gnome. So we'll go take that brown over. Oh no, that is quite scary looking. I have no way of actually stopping him. He could get away. He could seriously get away. Let me see, let's get a Mercy in there. Trying to get alignment on these skulls, which isn't working. Still no alignment. There we go, finally. That's not going to be deep enough to be able to kill through him. Though it might give him a skull distract or something. Or if nothing else, make the damage of, what's his name, more concentrated. Okay, there we go. We got the double skull. That's match. Or not match, but, you know, we kill him out. And down he goes. There we go. Okay. So we got our treasure gnome. Barely. That almost was a chance of him escaping. But we'll go and throw that down, and let's see what we get. Come on, something that's not useless. Hopefully a Volky, though anything that's not useless would be good. Ah, another 4,000 golds. Why? So far this week we got 100 souls, 3 4,000 golds, and 2 2,500 golds. We're not even getting the bigger gold amounts off it. We get that from like one PvP battle. And even less, or even more from a PvP battle, and less from the gnome when we get only 2,500 from it. Also, anyone just getting here, make sure to use the redeem code below. That has 2,500 gold on it. But yeah. It's kind of funny because the redeem code, if you break down what a redeem code even is, it just goes to show how little gnomes go, or actually give. I never really looked at redeem codes like that until like the treasure gnomes came out. But one redeem code is technically 3 treasure gnomes. With how bad treasure gnomes currently are, it's basically 3 treasure gnomes. We'll go throw our mercy down. What do we even need here? We'll go throw a... Oh, we'll do mercy. Actually, we don't even need mercy. Let's throw in furnace down. And... what do we even throw this at? I guess we throw mercy, which will give us alignment for our next turn. Or should. Yeah, it does. And we throw that down. Should be able to extra turn this. Yes, we do. Perfect. He has a lot of stone skin to deal with, though. Go move that. Move the other one. And now we can furnace it. Get our hits in there. He dies, so he has no summon. Good. And now we easily just kill him out with a little bit of mana generation. If we could find that mana generation. Yeah, we have it. Skull right there. Get that into a mercy, and then kill him with a furnace. And that's match. And down it goes. If you guys still have any other questions, team builds, anything, let me know. And we will make sure to do it. Oh, this is an annoying team. I was about to go switch my team into something else, and it's like, nope. I kind of have to use this against it. Oh, hey, wow. We're getting really lucky with treasure gnomes today. We found 3 today, like all in the last hour as well. 2 within the last few battles too, so... Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Does that mean we actually get something good from you this time? Because so far it has given us complete trash all week. Still nice that we're getting them, but still. It would be also nice if it gave us something that's not horrible. But we'll go and throw it out. Move the Infernus. Do we mercy? Yeah, we have mercy. Might as well. Should probably saved it for when we could actually use the mana, but nothing else. We got a skull poke out of it. Go through Infernus. And he'll just die to his skull. Okay, he dies to that skull already. No alignment, but I'm still going to throw it. And then, never mind, we extra turned off of something in there. And it's pretty much match. Any skull poke will kill it. And we're good to go. And he leaves it there. Perfect. And we'll just go grab it. And down it goes. What do we get? Come on, Volky. Volky, Volky. 100 souls! So we got 4,000 gold. Oh, no, I'm starting to lose track now. Yeah, it was 4,000 gold 3 times, 2,500 gold 2 times, and 100 souls 2 times. That is quite useless rewards. There's like a few tributes, or, yeah, basically a few tributes. That's pretty much what it is. And again, we're up against this team. I really wish people would stop using this team. Though then again, I'm using this exact team too, so I can't really say anything at the moment. I should probably go switch my team to something else. So many people are using it right now. And you have to use specific cleanse teams against it, or things that are immune to freeze. Otherwise, there's a good chance that you could fall behind it. You got a question about your team with Anu as a tank. Anu, Azura, Jezebel, and Corvash. Why you use Dark Elven banner? What traits and mandatory it this team? Wait, which one was that? I'm trying to think of which one that is. Azura, Jezebel, Anu. Oh, the one with... Wait, didn't we show that a while ago for one of the things? I'm not quite sure exactly which one you're referring to, though. Anu, Azura, Jezebel, Corvash. Oh, never mind. Anu tank. I see. Anu's... Oh, okay, I see which one you were talking about. Dark Elven banner. What traits mandatory... Oh, wait. Why do I use Dark Elven banner? Which one is Dark Elven? Why can I not remember that? Isn't it green-red? No. It's yellow-purple, I think. The banner we would definitely need for that team, though, would be... Yeah, probably green-purple, which is, I believe, what the Dark Elven banner is, which you mentioned. The reason you need green-purple is you need the mana for Azura and Jezebel, which are the 2 mana generators for the team. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay. But yeah, I did that because green-purple... +1 purple is mandatory, basically, for Azura, so that you can spam it. And the +1 green is for the Jezebel, just because she's the other mana generator. Technically, you don't actually need that. You could do any banner that has a +1 purple on it. I just happen to have chose the Dark Elven banner for that particular team, though you could use any banner that has +1 purple. As far as traits that are mandatory for it, if you're bothering to use that team, you would need Anu fully traded. Though, really, I wouldn't really bother with Anu too much. But that's the only thing you would really need. Ideally, Corvash fully traded too, though that one would be less required than the Anu being fully traded. But Anu isn't really too over the top. He's a interesting thing to kind of throw into blue pure teams. Other than that, he serves almost no purpose and isn't really something you need to go too far out of your way for. Or isn't worth going out of your way for, I should say. He's not that decent that it's worth going out of your way for it. If you happen to have it, it's okay, but it's not something you really need to function on blue days. Let's see. How can you tell you a quick PvP team around Yagway and Emperor? Which Emperor? There's multiple Emperors in the game. Emperor Liang? There isn't really anything you could use with Emperor Liang to make Yagway quick. They aren't really used together, and Yagway's not really used for anything that's considered a quick team. But as far as Yagway, you could move that into a Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway, and one other troop. The other troop can be a Goblin Rocket if you want more board control, or if you need something cheap, or you can go into more expensive options, like World Breaker and stuff like that. It really just depends what you have. But yeah, Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, Yagway as your last slot. Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, and Yagway would be perfectly fine. Emperor Corvash or Yagway. For Emperor Corvash, Corvash doesn't really have quick teams. Corvash is good at winning, not winning quickly. Corvash is mainly used in first slot with like a mana generation team to try to go into him. But yeah, I would probably go with the Yagway if you're looking to win quick. Stick with that. Has a lot quicker of a win than what Corvash does. Corvash is great for Guild Wars, but not so much for PvP. It's great for Guild Wars and it's great for defending, but not great for PvP, because it's a somewhat slower troop compared to other options. So we'll go get that Mercy there. Get the Infernus. And what else do we need here? Divine Ishabel. I don't have any drops for you. Don't have anything, actually. Let me just throw Mercy. That will give us alignment for the following turn, and then we can just roll from there. And that's pretty much matched. Take a Skull. Furnace, dead. And that's pretty much matched. We'll just need one little poke for that, and never mind, it dies to the Skull Explosion, as well as partially the Skull itself. You've killed 240 gnomes outside of Vault events and 0 Vault keys. Wait, you've managed to get that many gnomes? Wow. I think I've killed about 50 to 100 gnomes at most out of the Vault event. During the Vault event, counting the Vault event, I think we've killed a total of about as many as you said. I'm probably around about 250 total gnome kills. But most of those were during the event itself. That's quite a few to get out of the event. You must explore a lot. That or just play a lot. But, yeah, I haven't gotten nowhere near that much, that's for sure. So what team about Yagway again? Oh, it's this one. Oh, let me not use it against free spam. I'm gonna go use it against this. But, don't use it against freeze. It will fail. But, it's this team. Alchemist. Moneylender. I forget if Moneylender's currently in the drop pool. I believe he is. Yes, we got another copy of him. Yes. Never mind. Moneylender is in the drop pool right now. So in the gold and glory key drop pool. That's pretty relevant because he's pretty decent. Alchemist, Moneylender, though don't open them yet. Save your gold keys and glory keys for a little while, because you'll want to wait till the bounty hunter troops are in them. The bounty hunter troops will be in the drop table, I believe, in 3 weeks. I want to say 2-3 weeks, somewhere around there. And then gold keys and glory keys would be really good to use then. I'll probably still be saving mine for the next kingdom, but they would be still decent to use then. Anyways, what was I doing? Goblin Rocket and Yagway. Actually, I think I already have this team saved somewhere, but oh well, we'll put it here as well. And Yagway. Okay, and this team's pretty cheap. It's a rare, ultra rare, and a legends, but you already have that legend, so not a deal with that one. Banner is... what's the minus purple banner that works for this? I think it's the other one. Right. Where did it go? I think it was this banner. Yeah, +2 brown, +1 red. This gives a total of +3 red, +2 brown, because we have Alchemist with another +1, and the Goblin Rocket with another +1, both of which should be good to get trait. The only traits you need are Alchemist second trait and Goblin Rocket first trait. Moneylender doesn't need any traits, though Merchant does help. And Yagway doesn't need any traits, though his final trait and being fully traded does help, but is not required. Yeah, it's mainly just Alchemist second and Goblin Rocket first, or the main two. And they're both about the same cost, approximately. I think Alchemist's second would be slightly higher than Goblin Rocket first, but still relatively cheap, because they're lower rarity troops. Yagway would be really hard to fully trait. That would, of course, help, because every red you take does slightly more damage. It does 3 lifesteal, which also means your ability itself will be doing more damage too, which is nice. Anyways, let me go and move that over. Leave all that there. Take some reds. Take another red. Go see if we can get an Alchemist in here. What do we even throw this for? I guess we just go and start getting a little bit more mana up. I don't have anywhere to throw Alchemist at the moment, which is bad because that's leaving us with no options for our move. Go move that down. Still no Alchemist. I guess we get to try throwing like a little green or something, but that's not going to do much. We'll just move that over. Really slow start, but we'll go get that down. And come on. Still no alignment. We're going to have to move something to try to get this alignment then. Can we drop for it? I don't think we can even. Oh, yes, we can. We can go drop it right here. We drop it by 2, put that there, and now we can finally get an Alchemist down. Took forever enough, so we'll go move that. Take every possible extra turn. Try moving something else, like maybe grab a skull over here, because why not? Free skull. Move that over. Get a Moneylender down. I think we have enough gold now that it should work. Yagway I would throw if we actually had the alignment for it. Oh, come on. How did that not actually turn? Aren't you in trouble now because you just got Shegra onto all of our reds, and that actually put us back so far. What on earth is this turn? End your turn. Wow. Okay. Well, that didn't go over well. That's about the worst I've ever seen this team do. And let's see. We'll go move that over. Get a Yagway in there. If worst comes to worst, at least we can win off a solo Yagway. And Goblin Rocket gives it a decent amount of board control. We'll go grab all that mess. Get her a little bit of mana. We got another Yagway. Get that down again. Try getting some kind of alignment or at least some mana back for it. So we'll go and drop that right there. We get that down. Get our mana that we need. That gives us another Yagway. And it just dies. Oh, that went horrible. Let me go do that again. And also, don't use it on freeze, or else it's going to do even worse than that. But let's go use it against this team. And not fail this time. Alright, right off the bat, we already got a great starting board, so that's much better than the previous time. We're pretty much rolling on turn 1. Actually, it looks like turn 2 will be rolling. It's still really quick compared to the previous battle, where it took forever and a half. But yeah, we'll be good to go from here. He'll just throw Mercy. It mostly misses. He gets a decent amount of mana, but he doesn't actually yield an extra turn, which is good for us. Right here, if we were to be able to get it, it would be best to go for a Yagway. Though, yeah, we don't have it at the moment. So let's just get rid of a Goblin Rocket real quick. See if we can get something at least okay out of it. No, we got only a little bit of purple. We'll go move that green. Take the red over. And what do we even need from here? I guess we'll go get a Goblin Rocket randomly and then go get an Alchemist on the brown. So we'll just go move that real quick. We'll get rid of all this. That gives us all of our mana back. Again, just throw a little poke. Just kind of toss it. I don't think we need any alignments at the moment. So we'll just go through a Moneylender again. Get our mana right back up and keep repeating this until we win. Off of sheer damage. Getting as many Yagways as we possibly can. And just going from there. So right now we need to go get an Alchemist. We have it on green, so we're just going to naturally get that going. Get that down right now on the green. Throw the Yagway again. Hopefully have alignment on the purple. And if we don't, well, we'll just keep moving the board. Just move a random Goblin Rocket. Get our mana back right there. And then just throw it again. Ideally into alignment, though it doesn't appear like we have any. What do we do for that then? I guess we'll go try moving it down. So we'll do that. I'll put one of them next to each other. Moneylender isn't really worth going for at the moment, so we'll just go and take a little bit more gold, even though we've already hit max, but we need the board control and the mana generation. Again, no Yagwes. I don't believe we could drop anything into place either. If I move that purple down, it's going to take the purple. It's not actually going to align it. So we'll just go and I guess move that a little bit. And no, nothing really goes into place as we need it. We'll just throw Moneylender, and that should bring everything where we need it. Hopefully, yep, there we go, Yagway. And down it goes. And you pretty much just keep repeating that over and over again until you infinitely loop out the enemy. It's a pretty decent budget team for it. Not the quickest of teams out there, but it's still pretty decently quick and consistent. There are much quicker teams out there, though, but the biggest benefit it has is it's really easy to obtain. It's 2 rares and an ultra rare. The only hard thing is Yagway to actually get your hands on. But if you already have it, then you already have the team most of the time. You really enjoy your streams? Thank you for that, Sux. You started playing because of me. Very nice. No problem for all the help. Also, hello, Mashi. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You got a question? What is a good gold farming team currently? Well, we were kind of just showing one for earlier on in the game. For very early on in the game, too, if you have Tesla, one other pretty fun one for early on is, well, don't ever face that team. But one pretty fun team, too, is the one I actually run on my other account right now. It has only 1 hard troop to obtain. Unfortunately, that 1 hard troop to obtain most people don't have. But it's this team. Double Dwarven Gate Tesla. Double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie Tesla. This is the main team I run on my lower level account right now, level 70. And it can defeat basically any team in the entire game, which is really nice. We put it on a... I know it only uses 3 colors. But even though it only uses 3 colors, it uses them quite amazingly. So we'll just go run this real quick. We run into +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown banner. Basically, the whole point of this team is to basically rush Valkyrie as quickly as possible, get double Dwarven Gate up. And the way that Dwarven Gate works is he gives 5 mana to all allies every single time he casts. So in doing this, we will be able to go and get the mana up on every single troop we have. And we're just going to reach full mana automatically, because double cast will get Valkyrie up, it will get the other Dwarven Gate up, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it does a lot of value, because once we get the first Valkyrie down, we pretty much just auto-win with everything that we end up getting, and it just keeps looping between each other. So I don't have an extra turn here, but it isn't a lot of mana, so I will go for that. Not the turn, but we can throw the second one first. The reason we do this is so that the skull hits this barrier, and now we can throw the other one down. This, like I mentioned, gives us Valkyrie. It also gives us Tesla in this case. Tesla is also divisible by 5, so very commonly it will also get up when using a double Dwarven Gate. We do have Valkyrie alignment, so we will go for that. Not as much mana as some of the other options, but it's a free turn, so that makes it worth it. And then we repeat the cycle. We throw Dwarven Gate, we throw Dwarven Gate again. He will get a Corvash there, not much I can do about that. And then we could go through our Valkyrie and then just repeat the cycle and keep it going until we win, and you just keep doing that over and over again. Really, really effective team. And it works at any level range, because Tesla's damage is based on all armor within the game. So even if your enemy has higher durability, you're going to still be doing additional damage to them, because Tesla scales based on all the armor. So even if they have the a higher value, it's not even going to matter, because you're also doing basically equally as much damage in additional damage. She scales really well regardless of what you're playing, and is pretty decent against really hard things. Not only do you have Mass Barrier, which is really good against things that hit way harder than you, because it protects against 1 full instance of damage, but you get all the barriers, plus you have the scaling of whatever their stats are as your damage. So yeah, it works really well. Runs through the entire game. Once you get this team, there's almost not a single battle you can't win. There are some things it's bad against, but more often than not, it can win against just about anything. Like that one Nyx team that has all that freeze and everything, it is pretty bad against, but other than that, a good majority of teams you'll be seeing that will be able to handle throughout the entire game. And it's one of the quicker teams as well. Not the quickest team out there, but it's a really well-budgeted team. Other than like actual quick teams, things like this team, except with a Dawnbringer in place instead, tends to be pretty quick. Also, one of my favorite quick teams, as you guys have been seeing me using quite a bit now lately, is Mercy, Diviner, and Furnace, and the Divine Isabella. There's a few other variants of this team that you can use as well. This is my personal favorite out of it. Okay, we'll just go get a Mercy here. Get it up. Hit the mana. Once we get that going, pretty much auto-win. So we'll get that into our mana right back. Oh, we didn't get all of the mana we needed. Plan B will be... actually, we're falling a little bit behind, and I guess we'll try for the blue there. Didn't get it. Hopefully get it. Oh, Mercy died. No, I needed that Mercy. We'll go try getting a green or a brown there. Please leave that. Oh, he ruined it slightly. We still have it though, but it's not as much mana as it would have been. Doesn't even give us full mana. Oh, it still doesn't even give us full mana. Wow. Okay, well, we'll go for that skull then, grab all that. And now we can start rolling. Regoltha is a bit in our way since we are kind of skull-oriented, but we'll go for that. And yes, we did indeed land the extra turn. Very nice. We'll go throw that into another Divine. The reason I specifically use Divine in this one, or Diviner, is to try to get that magic buff like we just did. Helps tear through things pretty nicely once we get it. That's the whole reason why I even really have it in this team, is for that purpose. What do we even get here? I guess we go throw, Infernus again. We'll go try killing that out, but unless he gets Famine this turn and cast it, there's no chance he's really winning. Oh, I could have done Divine Isabella for that, but oh well. That's match off of 49 damage. That pretty much kills out everything. And down it goes. Yeah, I know. Infernus is one of the highest damage sources in the game at the moment. Infernus, Worldbreaker, Elamagrim, and... well, mainly those three are some of the highest damages in the entire game as far as damage per turn that they are capable of doing. And they're very commonly used this late in the game, just because of how good they are. Oh, that Valraven. For a second, I thought that was... for a second, I thought that was a real Valraven. I was like, wait, what? Because Valravens don't actually appear out of raids and invasions. They only appear in those two game modes and nowhere else. Okay, what do we even need here? I guess we throw Infernus, grab that. Why does he have that many Elspeths? It's gonna be slightly annoying because I'm gonna have to kill his team basically twice unless I can kill it quickly right now. Because he's just gonna keep reviving on everything. Luckily, I think I can kill it right now, so he's not going to get the chance. Okay, we pretty much got to kill it now. He's gonna survive on one of them. I can't do anything about that though. Or can we? Yeah, well, we could try. We could throw this down to see what happens. No, that doesn't really do much. Maybe I'll get Skull distracted. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I'll throw that in there. And down it goes. You got a Fairish Rod. Nice. Fully traded, finally. So that is awesome. Yeah, that is a really good achievement. Soul gains will be a lot quicker now. At minimum, you'll be able to hit like 30,000 an hour. And there are some team compositions that you can make that can get even higher than that, depending on how diligently you're paying attention to the game. It can vary sometimes from hour to hour, just depending on... you do just occasionally get those like really, really unlucky battles. That can happen sometimes. Or often than not, it's a pretty clear like 30,000 plus per hour, if not even higher. With a single Fairish Raw. What do we even need? I guess we'll just take a red. You use Gorgoltha, Dragon Soul, Fairish Raw, and Warlock. Sounds pretty nice. I assume you're using that for PvP. Because if you're using that for if you're using that for Explore and Challenges, you'd most likely want to replace the Gorgoltha for something else. But if you're running into that for PvP, yeah, that's perfectly fine. What you just mentioned. Oops, I didn't mean to face this battle without stun. I don't need Event Gems, so this is just a waste of time to try playing it now. Because, yeah, unless we specifically have stun, this battle takes forever. Because we have to go and... well, for one, he denies our yellow, which is bad to begin with. But on top of that, he also revives every time I kill one of them, which makes it take forever. Which is good for Event Gems, but bad if we don't want Event Gems. We're just trying to play the battle to get the battle for the reward. It takes forever. Now we'll throw Infernus down. Now we have to deal with 3 of them. Basically, I have to kill them all over again. Luckily, we get to already start with all of our mana, because we already had it. Get the Infernus down. And get another Infernus down. That's pretty much match. And yeah, that's it. And take it out. Dead. Anyways, guys, I will probably be wrapping up for now then, unless there's any other questions. So if you have any other ones, please feel free to leave them. Let me see, I missed one. Did you end up using Dragon Eye in boss fight? No. I was testing it earlier, though, as people mentioned me to try to do. And it does indeed count as killing stuff for event gems, for the snot gems, or whatever people are calling it. Those little green gem thingies. It does indeed count. Oh, before I do, let me go take this battle. I can't leave a revenge battle there. That'd be a disgrace. Gotta go for the double. I can't just simply leave. One does not simply leave a revenge battle. Okay, we'll go take that. But yeah, I did not use Dragon Eye in the thing. to double check if it works, though I'm almost guaranteed it doesn't. But yeah, maybe we'll mess around with that once we get all of our points. I don't want to use it yet. We were messing around, like I mentioned, and exploring stuff, and it was pretty funny. It's really good at getting event gems. Though there isn't any excessively good loop team for it. That's extremely quick, so it's probably just better doing it by normal means than trying to bother doing it through eye spam. What do we even need here? We'll go throw that into the purple, and that pretty much kills it out. Give us that revenge battle. It's like 10 glory right there, on top of twice that much amount of gold. 9 glory and, wow, almost 8,000 gold, because it does twice as much as that value. Like 7,500 or so. Very nice. And, oh, we're only at 4 million. Only. But yeah, we dropped down a little bit apparently, but there we go. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for now. I'll be back in about 3.5 hours from now or so. We'll be back with the final stream of Puzzle Quest, for any of you interested in that. So we'll be doing that, like I said, in about 3.5 hours or so, probably around 4:30 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or so. We'll be finishing out Puzzle Quest 1, Challenge of the Warlord. Also made by the same developers of this game, like a decade ago. The game is ancient, but we're finally finishing it 100%, like a decade later. I actually never played it when it launched. I didn't even know about it. I learned out about it like when Gems of War first came out, but then I didn't bother getting it. But then the devs ended up like gifting it to me randomly during like Christmas, like 2 years ago or 1 year ago, whenever it was. And then I just kind of started playing it some. But anyways, guys. Other than that, we'll be back later tonight in about 7 hours from now, a little bit less than 7 hours at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be doing our raids then and claiming our 2 orbs and see what we get from all that and messing around with raids. Anyways, let's go check our tribute. And to the thing about tributes earlier, hopefully this will be a bigger one. Okay, I'll take that. But as you can see, we get a pretty competent amount of rewards just if we were to actually check this every hour. I'm not obviously going to be checking it every hour because that's just so tedious. But you can see the later you get into the game, the more viable it'd actually be to do something like that. We're getting about, on average, we're getting about 4,000 gold, 6 gems, 400 souls, 60 glory, like 12 gold keys every single hour that we were to check that. So that can definitely start to accumulate over time. Like if we check that 10 times a day, that's quite a bit of resources for doing almost nothing other than like doing 1 click. That is for sure. But yeah, it definitely starts adding up. I would never actually do that though, because you'd have to go out of your way so much to like deliberately do that every single hour. I only do it while I'm actually playing. If I'm not specifically playing Gems of War, I don't bother with tributes. But if I am playing Gems of War, obviously I do every single time it comes up. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I don't really bother with them too hard, but I know there are some people that do like doing that just because they do give a pretty competent amount of resources, particularly this late in the game. But anyways, that was to the conversation from earlier. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And yeah, I'll see you either later today, later this weekend, or on Monday when we go over the next event for Gems of War. Anyways, guys, enjoy your weekend. I'll see you all later, and goodbye.